There's a big fat one, a skinny one, and a medium-sized one. I love Formula Drift.
No stranger to drifting, no stranger to competition.
That guy stole my freaking ratchet wrench. I see that. That's mine.
He rejects your reality and inserted his own.
This is a stimulator, right?
Pilot. The pole petition.
Matt Shulman still on top with the 69.
Gotcha! Grip this.
Gentlemen, I declare malarkey. Straight killing the game, making fools miss.
This is a horrible experiment.
Ba, ba, ba,
Ba, ba, ba. Yeah, keep going. No one told you to stop. All right, and we are back after a pretty short or significant, whatever you want to consider it, hiatus.
Long hiatus.
Long hiatus? Okay.
Yeah, it was
When was the last show we did? Like 3 months ago. It had to be because it was before.
Sometime in April.
So, I guess, maybe.
Well, it was June. April, beginning of April. It had to be the beginning of April because it was before. It was before Texas or before Vegas.
Correct.
Yes.
Wow. Mm-hmm. We're still here. We're still alive.
Yeah, no, surprisingly.
My car's still not done.
That's not a surprise.
It was almost done.
Almost.
Remember you said you were going to have it done like last September?
Well,
remember that?
I remember. I remember when he was like, "Oh, I'm thinking about taking it over to Black Friday, and maybe
that still might be a chance. There might be a chance I'm able to make Black Friday stuff.
That last Black Friday.
Well, I didn't say that one. I said Black Friday.
We were just
could be any random Black Friday in the future.
Yeah.
So my car will be ready by.
Yes, your Black car will be ready. You plan to do Black Friday? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
If you can even purchase a ticket.
What about Black Friday ends and there is no more Black Friday, and you don't make it to Black Friday?
Then I'm a liar. Then I'm a liar.
Then you are a liar.
No, then I imagine he's going to push for another organization to start a Black Friday event.
Yes.
So that way, then he could
Chris,
be like,
you're going to go petition Chris.
Chris, they need to stop doing Black Friday at OSW. I think this is the time. This is the time. This is what's going to make it. I don't know.
You got reposted on Formula Drift's Instagram.
What?
I think today.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, they reposted his podium. I think that's why he took the nice podium picture. But yeah.
Oh, Jackson.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The drift circuit. I can talk.
Drift jerk it.
Yeah. Yeah, but I didn't
add that to the list of all the other things. U.S. Power Circuit.
Yeah.
I didn't get to watch it, but I heard that the stream went down anyways, right? Didn't the stream go down?
I don't know. I didn't watch.
I heard the last power.
Yeah. No. Well.
Because I talked to Bill.
There was a point in time where apparently Dustin from Dustin Motors stepped or tripped over a cable.
Oh, is that what it was?
And
he took down the stream.
All of a sudden, it showed the U.S. Drift Circuit logo for about 4 minutes, I think. I forget the exact amount. And then when they came back, Dustin Motors pointed out that he apologized for what happened with the stream because apparently
was he the announcer?
One of the announcers.
Okay,
he's one of the announcers up in the booth?
One of the announcers.
So it was Tiny and...
it was
what happened to... What's his name?
There with Tiny.
Yeah.
And down in the hot seat, they had Sarah Huddle.
Really? Oh, okay.
Talking to the driver.
Oh, yeah, because Sarah's dating... what's his name?
Adam.
Adam Kinkle.
But that's
really?
irrelevant, I think.
Oh. I don't
not
know.
irrelevant. Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry.
It doesn't have it. What does that have to do with that?
I don't know. It has something to do with me. I thought it was interesting. That was interesting. Like Sarah, I thought she was gone. But anyways, it is what it is.
Well, now she's back.
She's back?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's back.
Look interesting.
Back in the hot seat.
So she's going to be staying here in Florida then, I'm assuming.
Probably.
Well, that's good. That's good.
We don't know the situation.
Awkward. He was totally... Well, that was weird.
Thank you, Paul.
Yeah.
I like to make things awkward, so
Yeah.
welcome
Yeah.
to the
But
awkward
anyhow,
Great job at that.
so so Sarah's down in the what? My I have a problem talking
show. Where's she
lately.
down?
All right, okay.
Next topic. Next topic.
Hold on.
Anyhow, Matt Shulman,
Dustin for Dustin Motors. He took down the stream. All of a sudden, he brought it back somehow, and they were
man.
back on track for the rest of the way.
Okay.
And as Paul mentioned, during the podium ceremony, they took some nice photos. They posted it up on the Instagram of US Drift Circuit, and today Formula Drift grabbed that post and reshared it.
Yeah, it's pretty
on their
cool.
channel,
It's
on
good.
their thing.
They took a nice picture. They took it right next to the Sebring sign there, and they had a car. Well, all those guys had nice cars, so
It's funny because I thought Matt Shulman was done, finished,
why?
because he was speeding through the pits.
You'll never race here.
Because I mean, remember it's been a while
we
since
never
we
spoke about that.
well, because we haven't
That's true,
done a show in a
yeah.
while, so there's lots happened.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but was Bill Sherman still a judge?
No, Harry. Was it
Harry
Harry was a
replaced-
judge?
Harry.
Harry
But did
Tarola.
Harry replace Bill, or
Yeah,
Did, oh,
Harry replaced Bill.
oh, interesting.
I don't know who the
I don't
other
think
judges.
that would be a less controversial guy.
Yeah, no, Harry's a lot more laid back. No, Harry's not as angry.
You think so?
I know so.
Oh,
I've judged with him before. He's not as angry. He's not.
He's just strict.
He's not really that strict, actually. No, I was expecting him to be a lot stricter when I judged him. That was wild. That was like
Oh,
8,
yeah,
7
hold on, but he can flip out. But
This
He's not running the
is-
event, so maybe that's.
This is the tamer version. This is the
oh, okay.
this is the made for TV version of Harry.
Okay.
Well, maybe not. I don't know. I haven't hung out with him in a while, but
Right.
I remember
Well,
a different
I'm-
Harry back in the Turtec days
True.
than last couple times we hung out. He's
Right.
still says the same. I don't know, personality and everything, but he's a little more dialed,
Okay.
a little more,
Well, that's good.
professional. Well, he was
Yeah.
professional back then, so I can't say that.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he still drives like a madman.
Yeah, that was pretty wild what people heard over the stream on the first round.
I don't think it's that bad.
I mean, you don't think it was that bad?
was bad to hear
I
that.
don't, I don't think it was that bad.
Really, that hot mic was horrible.
I think he yelled at him just like you yelled at Harvey Hutch.
But it wasn't on the live stream. But it wasn't on a live stream.
I know, well, you did it right in front of everybody in the crowd.
He was doing rodeos in the middle of the thing. It's a little different.
Well, I don't know.
He just wants to put me down. Just like
Hey,
put you
he's
down.
going to have
Yeah.
a
Not putting you
difference of
down.
I don't think it's the same. Do you think it's the same?
It's just opinion.
Just an opinion. No, I don't like your opinions.
Okay. Well, anyways, yeah, no, I mean, it is what it is. Did we know why Shulman was speeding through the pits? Was he excited? Was he upset?
I
I don't know. No.
I think I. Well, let's just leave it at that.
Hearsay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I heard it somewhere. I just forgot.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like.
Either
I
way,
don't
he
know.
was, I guess, speeding through the pits, and then
He got
Bill
called out on it.
Bill got upset on the live stream, and then kind of got called out on it. And then Bill was gone, and Sherman won. So
Yeah,
no,
that's
Bill,
what I was-
not Sherman, but
Maybe not.
Schulman.
Schulman.
Sherman won. Sherman lost. Schulman won.
You're confusing me now.
Yeah, I know. Schulman won
Okay.
because he got on the podium,
Right.
and Sherman lost because he
didn't
he
judge.
got
He didn't judge.
kiboshed.
Yeah.
Kaboshed.
I get that.
Kabang. I mean, as far as I know, I mean, he could have also been a judge this time. I don't know who the judges were, other than Harry was a judge. Mm-hmm. So
One thing I know is I'm sure the driver. Well, I'm assuming the drivers' meeting went better with Harry there, because Harry's pretty organized, at least from what I remember. Like, I don't know, because the drivers' meeting is one thing they have to work on. We didn't have any boots in the ground. Our boots were all over the place. But
Boots were
but yeah,
in
it was good to
Puerto
see Shulman, and did he finish first in the seating bracket?
I don't know.
I think he finished first in the seating bracket and second in the seating bracket, and then
didn't-
first in the
No, he wasn't first. Cotrone was first.
So then it was the other way around. Okay, so Cotrone was first. So he finished first in the seating bracket, I think, and the second in overall.
In the
And
round.
that puts him second in points or something like that.
I
So puts
don't
him up
know.
there.
I would assume
I forget.
somewhere
That's
like that.
kind of been traveling a lot and been out and
Trump
about.
seems to do well when he competes on those events. I don't know why.
Gentlemen, I have your results over here for the seating bracket.
Oh.
Matt Shulman is number 1.
Yep.
Oh, makes sense.
Nick Easy, number 2.
Yeah, I remember seeing that picture.
Who is Marcio Vieira Jr.?
I don't know. I asked that same question, and I got a million things from Gabby, like, "Oh my God, how do you not know who these guys are? They've been here forever. They're OGs." I'm like, "Oh, dude, I don't even know. I've never seen them guy.
Yeah.
Never seen these guys before. So
Yeah.
how could you not know? Oh, it's because you don't support drifting. You don't know. You don't drift." I'm like, okay, yeah, I get you. I get that. I can understand that.
All right.
Well.
And the podium winners for the main competition was Christian Control, Matt Schulman,
Yeah, Christian does really
and
good.
Christian Nelson.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's another
I've
guy I
heard
don't know who he is.
No, his name I've heard
He had
before.
a nice car though.
Yeah.
Yeah, a nice 350Z. Nice. But all the cars looked nice and professional. That's what I liked. It looked very nice.
Yeah. That's a nice area of the track too. I just wish it was easier for spectators, because that track, that layout is really not spectator friendly. I
Yeah.
remember
Bill
going there.
was saying that he really loved the layout.
Yeah, it's a fun layout.
Yeah. But there was a lot of like good drivers. There's a lot of good drivers.
You watched it?
No, I just saw some of the driving from Instagram, and it looked like a lot of the drivers were doing pretty good.
That's good.
I didn't see the live stream though.
That's good.
But I can't believe what Bill went through. He took that engine apart a million times, like right before the event, and it turned
Just to
out.
clarify, Bill Stenger.
Yeah.
Bill Stinger.
You want to see Bill Fisher?
Yeah, Bill Stinger took apart his engine over and over and over again because he didn't have any compression.
What
And it turned out, well, like with the pushrod engines, if your push rods aren't spaced properly, like you don't have the right length push rod, it can just hold the valve barely open.
Oh,
Well,
so
it
you
should be
get-
closed.
right, so you have no- Really?
you think you have no compression. Well, you really don't have no compression because
Right.
the valve's open. So you got to space your push rods properly. So it's a whole thing that you got to do. But he's got these fancy like $1,000 lifters. I was about to buy these $1,000 lifters,
Yeah.
and I'm like, dude, you have so many issues with it. I don't think I'm just gonna leave them alone.
Yeah.
Because the thing about them is that the lifters normally have a lot of travel,
Right.
to kind of take up for a shorter push rod.
Okay.
These ones are short travel.
Okay.
So if you don't get the push rod length right, you're gonna either open a
Oh,
valve
wow.
or you're gonna be your lash is gonna be super wide, and you're gonna be like and super.
So we got to figure it out though.
I think he ordered a shorter a push rod, a shorter push
Okay.
rod, and that was it.
Okay. And then because he said he finally got the motor to run
Yeah, it was one cylinder.
one cylinder that was just
One
slowing
cylinder
down.
was always the push rod was a little too old.
So how long was Tyler Berry running like that? Not realizing it.
I don't know.
No idea, man.
Interesting,
Don't
right?
know,
Because
man.
Bill picked up on it pretty quickly. After like the first or second event, he's like, it just
I don't
doesn't.
think Tyler Berry was competing for much when that.
Still, you think you would know it? You'd feel it? No, I guess not. I don't know.
I don't know.
I guess it was enough power to spin the wheels.
Yeah, but then again, like I said, he wasn't running that car. Like the last couple, I mean, he was competing pretty evenly. Like almost at every event that we were at, and then he kind of stopped competing. So maybe
Yeah.
that's when the engine kind of maybe got half rebuilt or went through a rebuild and didn't really get assembled properly, and one of the push rods was too long.
Wow.
So,
Well-
or was not shortened for some reason.
At least he got it figured out. So
Yeah.
and he's got, I think this first year for him back is just going to be figuring out the car and getting back in the groove of things,
We'll get
and
the car solid
and,
too.
and being able to dial in,
He
which
hit-
gear
he-
ratio you need for each track.
Yeah, I mean, he hit Catrone pretty hard last event. So
Yeah, he
So-
did. What happened this one? I think he said, did he make a mistake or something? I forget what he said because I actually messaged him.
No, actually, crazy enough, the seating battle.
Right.
He went into the turn and he didn't he went to go into the first turn, but then all of a sudden he didn't get any grip.
Oh,
so
really?
instead of the car biting forward, it just went.
yeah, because he would have had
wide,
a one. Yeah,
which is very weird. But then the actual competition, that's when the stream went down.
Oh no! So we don't know what happened.
Now, I don't know. Well, Bill obviously got eliminated.
Yeah, we know he
but
got eliminated,
We don't
but-
know exactly what transpired to cause that to happen.
Yeah,
So-
he texted me, but he didn't give me like the actual specifics. He just kind of basically said that had a hard time getting the gearing right and adjusting to the track. He said he's rusty. He said he finally got it just before the 32 battle, made a couple mistakes and got knocked out.
Yeah, I mean he's got to get used to back into it. The car is a lot to learn too. Like he had that S14 to where he liked it.
I think it's the green.
The green.
Yeah, he hates green, and the car's green. I think it's affecting
Get
his.
the green
his-
off.
Yeah, I think we got to get the green
Rip
off.
the green off.
I think we got to rip the
This is
green
a
off.
Sharpie.
Just a wrap.
Sharpie.
Just put wrap over it. I don't know.
Yeah,
Anyways,
Wrap it up.
I got a roller and some
it's good to
Rust-Oleum.
see him competing and out there.
Yeah, I thought I was hoping to see Harry compete because he got his car done, from what I understand. But he's plugging back into the scene and judging, so I think that's great. It's kind of going full circle
Yeah.
because back then Harry was running the events and Chris was driving, and now Chris is running the events and Harry's gonna be driving.
We'll see what happens. Maybe this is Harry's way to scope out the competition, see what he has to fix on his car or upgrade on his car to be competitive.
Yeah, maybe so.
Maybe he's gonna like judge everybody incorrectly, put the bad guys worse in the bracket, so that way when he competes next year,
Yep. He's kind of watching everybody see how they drive. Yeah.
Not a bad idea.
Well, we'll see.
playing the long game.
So we had 2 rounds of U.S. Drift Circuit.
Yes. One at Leadfoot City, the other one at Sebring International Raceway.
Yeah,
That was that. We also had Formula Drift
2 rounds.
in Road Atlanta. We missed
Yeah.
that one. And Orlando Speed World. We missed that one as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Orlando Speed World, what I watched of it, seemed like the calls were. I didn't see anything crazy, but I didn't watch the whole thing. But Atlanta, I think that was. I think that 3 one more times against James Dean and Asbo, I think that was trash.
Oh, yeah, I remember
I
that.
think that was trash. I mean, somebody had made a point, and I don't know how true it is, but because they have a betting app that it almost seemed like they wanted to mess with the betting app, because I don't know anybody. I don't understand why they made him go that second one more time. Even the first one more time, I'm like, I don't think so. And then the second battle, I was like, for sure, Asbo's got it. And then no, and then they do him a third time. It's like, and they even called him out and had him get set up to do the awards. I thought that was pretty lame.
What
But
are your thoughts?
I didn't watch that round.
You didn't.
No,
I thought you saw that part.
no, I started
end of the
watching it.
battle.
I started watching it, but no, I didn't get to see any of that. I did see some of the other battles, but nothing. It was the rain on and off and all that kind of stuff.
yeah,
That was
yeah. Federico passed that double pass. That was kind of cool.
Yeah,
with
against
Adam.
Adam, I did
Yeah.
see that. Yeah, I thought that was good sportsmanship with all that. Neither of them got upset, and everybody was happy. What I thought was interesting from Orlando was how do you say that kid's name that won? Manoa?
Whatever.
Yeah. So he had this extension, his clear extension on his rear wing, that it actually brought up the smoke cloud up higher.
Yeah, because it's aerodynamics. Yeah,
No, I get it, but like that was like very. I think it could be useful. Like honestly, like I think putting that smoke cloud up higher where you can blind more.
Well,
people.
I mean, if you watch anybody that has those big wings, it does the same thing.
no, this was like clear cut. Like it was a lot different than
Was it?
normal because like it like you smoke, no smoke, like clear line.
Oh, like a clear.
Definition. When I was looking at it, I'm like, that's interesting.
Well, I
Like, he
remem-
did it for a reason, right? Like, I don't think it's just to get the smoke out of it. I think it's actually to put more smoke higher up
to blind.
to blind people.
Hey, I mean, you got to look for any advantage, I guess. And what can they say?
But that isn't new. Really.
No, it's not new, but it's
But
like
it's
the
the
first
most
time,
effective one.
most effective one that I've seen because the other guys aren't running it.
Most effective one I remember seeing is when we were at Nopi Drift, and they had the Honda Elephant, and
Oh, the whole back is
the whole it was like literally
back was
from the roof, the back of the roof, all the way down to the ground
Yeah,
because all the air
smoke screen.
catching. It was a smoke screen. It
It's
would
a
like
flat back. on
yeah,
it,
it was pretty cool. It's almost like Tron, and it has
I
like the
get
trail like that.
Yeah.
yeah.
But
I don't know. I thought it was interesting to see that, and then I guess he drove really well. So
That's why I want to do my exhaust coming out through the top of the trunk and do like a Venturi to try to blow the smoke up higher to see
I
what
don't
that
think
does.
he wants to. Yeah, I think he wants it very specific. It seems like he wanted it at a very specific area.
So you think it
don't-
almost shot out to the sides? You think?
I don't know. I didn't get any
I have to watch it.
details.
Now I want to watch it.
Yeah, go watch it because you'll see, like, you'll look at his smoke trail compared to the other guy's smoke trail, where it's kind of like the car's kind of angled back this way, so that way it kind of just tumbles. His was very like just follows right up it,
Like almost all the aero in the car is
like
is
going
sucking
that
it
way.
up.
Yeah,
Huh.
going that way.
Like wind tunnel.
Yeah, it looked interesting. Anyways, I thought it was pretty interesting. I'm like, oh, I wonder if that is what he's trying to. Because what he's not getting, especially clear. Like he doesn't want it to look ridiculous,
Right.
So he put this extra clear thing on there.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw it.
He put this extra clear extension. It's not for downforce.
No,
He doesn't
it's
give
like
a crap
NASCAR
about
does that.
downforce.
NASCAR does the clear wing too, don't they?
Like Rod had his. Mm-hmm. But this one is not like that because they're like there's like a freaking air brake. His was like almost followed the path of the wing. It was just like an extension for his existing wing, and it's just like it's not downforce. He obviously didn't want to ruin the look of his car with some ridiculously long thing like a dovetail, like a tail. So he made it clear, like. And it just you watch the smoke stream on it, and it just like goes right up to it, and then it goes right back to normal air.
No,
So
I'm
I
not
just
to
I
watch
don't know. I don't know if like
Did he have that in well, Atlanta was raining a lot, so I guess I couldn't really tell.
I don't know if you had it in Orlando, but I mean on the bank you need clear. I mean that's if you're going to get smoked out somewhere, it's going to be on the bank.
Yeah. There was some good. There really is some great battles going on. Even at like you said, at U.S. Drift Circuit, there was some really great tandems,
Yeah,
really close tandems. So that's good to see everybody like really. This year seems like people really stepped it up, like driving ability and everything.
yeah.
So
Yeah, I gotta agree with you with Atlanta, with Freddie and James.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely I don't understand. I mean, they probably explained it at some point, but I don't understand.
I turned it off when they said one more. I'm like, that's ridiculous. I'm
Yeah.
turning this off.
The second one more time. I didn't understand that at all.
But
And
what
I
do you
didn't agree with that?
What do you mean? What do you think? I mean, I guess it's kind of like boxing, right?
Right.
But what do you think about having this gambling app for the drifting?
Yeah, I
and
think
now they're
that's-
doing like
I
you
don't think
know,
that's right.
it's kind of changing a little bit now. I mean, you got to go where the money is, but I just think that
I don't think it should be ran by the company that's judging.
right.
I think there's a conflict of interest.
Yeah, I agree. So right, if you're going to have a gambling thing, it should be external, not ran by the same company.
Yeah, I mean there should be some legality issues there. I mean, obviously, I'm sure there is, right? I'm sure there is some legality issues. So I'm sure they're doing things to try to keep the separation there.
Yeah,
But my
but
question is there any other sanctioning motorsport body
That
that
off-
is affiliated or has
with the
that kind of
betting?
ties with a betting company like DraftKings or any of
I
the
don't
other
know.
sorts?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. I think it's
I don't do that much with sports betting, but I'm sure there is. Like, I mean, the horse races are all betting at the horse
of
race.
course.
But the thing about a horse race is it's a race.
it's a race, right?
like
right.
there's no like
You win, you win. It's
You
not. It's
either
not like
kill
you
the
know,
horse
judge
or-
is like, hey, listen, you know, the points and the thing, and I'm looking at the bets
Yeah.
right now, and we got to keep getting James Dean and Asbo to go out there again. James Dean's got to win this. I mean, they could have done that. I mean,
Right.
I don't.
well, not only that is like as a judge you could bet on somebody, right? I mean, technically,
I mean, I don't think
you have your friends. You could have your friends judge bet.
Yeah, I
and
don't
then
think
you
I don't think the staff is allowed. So the staff shouldn't be allowed to use.
No, sure they can't.
Right, but we've seen instances, reports in other sports series
Yeah.
where
Hey,
referees, for instance,
Don't worry, James Dean's gonna win. We'll
in a
make sure of it.
basketball game
Yeah.
have been caught in some sort of gambling scheme.
Yeah, I mean, dude, people do some crazy things for money. When money gets involved, people do some shady stuff.
Now we got to be careful. We're not trying to sort of
I'm just saying that-
allege that this is.
I'm not saying it's happening, but I'm saying it could be.
My thing is that I just don't think that, you know, it's not a. I just don't understand why they even did it. But I understand the fantasy thing where they were doing the fantasy drift league. Get that. But the betting is like, dude, like, it's, I don't know.
And actually, this wasn't even my idea. Somebody else brought this up, and I was like, wow, I never really thought about that.
Who is that buddy?
Some person.
He likes Sir Grips. Sir
Yeah,
Grips
grips
a lot.
and
He likes to
likes
grip a lot.
garbanzo beans.
To bring up another point with Atlanta, I was bummed with Ryan Kaufman. What happened?
Yeah,
What happened though? I didn't really know what happened.
He had the win, but he went off at the last turn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't. I mean, he legitimately
huge-
lost. I
yeah.
mean, but like he had the win, like clear win, and coming out the track at the last turn, following, I think it was following, he just went way
Oh.
off right in that last outside zone,
That sucks.
and that's what cost him the loss. He was doing good, man. But again, this is his first year at it.
You win some, you lose some.
Yep.
I mean, look at Ben Hobson, man. He's still. I think he's still doing. I think he lost in the top 32 again. It's got to be hard.
He was, but I mean, he started out. He did pretty good last year,
No,
didn't he? Like towards the end of the year.
no,
No,
he didn't do good either.
I could have sworn I saw him do.
No,
something.
he had a rough season last year, and it's starting off rough so far. So this must be hard, man. I don't know how you continue to keep your spirits up when you're driving a car that's hard to drive. I mean, look at
So I,
look at LZ. I mean, LZ had a hard time with that freaking Mustang. And
yeah, he
then
went to
gets-
the E36
gets-
and he's like killing it.
Yeah, he does well in the E36. So
But I
it's-
mean, how you show up and you're driving somebody else's car. Now, from what I understand, I mean, the drivers have to pay to drive
What?
those cars.
what?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yes, that's what I heard. I don't know the facts.
They-
Okay, I'm not saying I know this,
Who
but
told you that?
people told me that some of those drivers, maybe not all of them, but actually have to pay to drive for that team, and now they get different. You heard that too, right?
I've heard that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, so you're not like just showing up and driving and getting paid to drive. Now it gives other opportunities that they can get sponsors to cover what they pay. But some of those drivers aren't
really?
really just like, it's not
So
a
you
free
think Ben
ticket.
Hobson's like paying for this?
I don't know. I don't know what the details are, and I'm sure nobody will tell us what the details are. But these are just rumors that I've heard from.
Interesting. I didn't even think about
behind
it that
the
way.
scenes.
Yeah, that makes sense. That make more sense.
Like you drive for this team, okay? You're gonna have to pay this much to drive for this team. I mean, you're showing up. You're basically. I mean, it's like you're renting a car, kind
Yeah,
of,
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
I mean,
I guess you're renting
You
a
got
team.
a crew. You got
Yeah.
a top notch car, especially our team RTR.
Man, that
And-
would
but
really,
maybe
that make losing even worse.
well.
It's like there goes another 50 grand.
I mean, I guess. But if you can find people to sponsor, now here's the question: do you have to use their sponsors because you can't just use any sponsor? So I don't know how that works. But I was
shocked.
shocked.
Like at a discount or something.
Well,
like
I was
that.
shocked when I heard that because I'm like, I don't think NASCAR is like that. I think all these drivers, Formula One's not like that. I mean, they all those drivers get paid to drive. Well, then again, I don't really know. But yeah, so what I heard is like a lot of these drivers that race for these big teams, they actually have to pay
That's crazy.
to drive.
You think LZ was paying to drive an
No,
RTR?
LZ's his own team.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's his
no,
own
I
team.
mean before.
Maybe the RTR. Maybe he was like, this ain't worth it. I'll just drive my E3. I don't know. I'm just telling you that.
interesting. I never heard
heard it
that.
from some other sources that are in Formula Drift that when they told me
Well, how many
that
temes are there? There's really, I mean, there's just Field, right? Maybe
Field,
well, he doesn't even have a team anymore.
Botchkes, yes,
He doesn't
Field,
have a
yes,
team
Field.
anymore because
Ben Hobson.
is Olsen still on Field team or no? Or he left?
No.
He left.
Olsen.
Olsen.
Simon Olsen.
So I know Simon Olsen. I'm trying to remember. I don't see. I don't think
No,
I
he's
see him.
not. He's not. So
What about
Odie's by
Lemire?
himself.
Lemire.
Tommy Lemire.
Yeah.
Oh,
Actually, I saw his when I was driving back from Savannah. I saw his rig coming the other way on 95.
no, I don't think he's. I don't think he's with anybody. I think the only thing is RTR and Papadakis, right? I mean, it's
RTR, Papadakis. No, because I mean Adam LZ has his. Well, I guess it's a team.
It's not a team; it's just him. So the only teams there's RTR and Papadakis.
Well, is it Colette? Is she's in
No, Colette is-
Prospect?
yeah, she's in Prospect.
Huh? I don't know.
Yeah, she kind of runs her own program.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I don't know.
yeah, I don't know. That's interesting to see, though, and interesting to know about. Like, I couldn't imagine that. But I guess that's if you really want to win, that's the way to win, right? So
It's an opportunity. So but like I said again, I don't know.
yeah,
Anywho,
interesting.
when's the next round?
I don't know, but what the thing that I wanted to bring up is what's the deal with Daigo Saito?
Dude, it's like he
What-
just
I mean, I thought he was going
he should go to
come
pro,
in.
he should go to Prospect. Yeah,
make a
Put him in Prospect,
statement,
yeah.
and I don't know what's going on there. It's very strange.
It's the same thing that I fight with Gabby with is like the Connor and the Shanahans. It's like they'll win. Like, dude,
You just reminded me what happened in Road
like
Atlanta.
the dude crashes into the wall.
Jack Shanahan.
Yeah,
No, I didn't see that part.
You didn't see that?
No,
he
no.
basically went down the straight and
And the
just
knuckle breaks or
initiated like
something?
very odd and ended up just going
Breaking a
shooting
knuckle and-
straight to the right
just ran into the wall.
into the wall.
That was in the seating bracket, or that was
No,
in.
it was-
so, yeah, so I only caught
I
the
don't know
end.
if it was in the seating bracket, but
I
it
don't know
was
either.
it was a a battle, and it looks like he initiates a knuckle breaks and just puts him right into the wall. So yeah, I don't know, man. It's like those guys are what, like they just didn't he just win or no, the brother won. It's Connor Shanahan.
think the brother
and, that's Connor Shanahan what won
Yeah, Englishtown is next on the 21st.
on the 21st of this
Yeah.
month.
Yep,
Okay.
June 19th to 21st. Yep.
Okay, so it's right. It's next weekend.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it is next weekend. Yeah.
Yeah. So you have
But
to
yeah,
come.
what's going on with Daigo? That is weird.
Daigo.
I don't
my
know,
thing
man.
is like
It's like a
Daigo
whole
is
like he's not even like Daigo whatever, but he doesn't drive unless we could just be seeing the highlights from Japan. But in Japan, when I watch him
No, I'm
drive
telling
currently,
you this.
he's still
I'm telling you these cars don't act like any other cars in the world. Like I argue with that with Gabby because he's like, no, Drift Masters is faster. I'm gonna say, look, I'm not saying Drift Masters isn't faster.
maybe the tracks are faster.
Well, the cars may be faster, whatever, but it's not that the cars aren't done the same. Cars aren't set up the same. Like these cars are hard to drive.
Yeah, real soft suspension, a lot of grips a lot.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop. But yeah, even in Europe or over there, they're seem a lot stiffer, right?
It's smoother.
Right.
But they can run a really crazy tire over there, so they can make grip up in a tire material. Where here they have to grip the car up suspension wise.
Well, then that's totally different right there. That tells
I
you
know
right there,
I've had this argument with him a million times, but he just tells me I'm an idiot. So
No, I mean,
that could be too.
it's not 100%.
Yeah. We have a question in the chat from Miami Getlow.
Oh
Who's
yeah.
that?
Hey, Damien.
Did you guys see Pieta's new steering setup? He has the F1 style steering setup that changes alignment with pushing back the steering wheel.
Really?
Pushing back the steering.
Yeah. So okay,
So you
this
can
is
change
this
your
is
toe with
what-
pushing in and pulling back the steering wheel.
possibly. Well, I don't know. Like, I mean, we don't really know the full extent of what alignment adjustments you could do with it.
Oh,
But if it's anything, so the way how he's talking
I
about
wouldn't even
with
know what to
Formula
do with
One
that.
is that
It's like you hit a button, you're
Formula
like,
One-
grips a lot.
yeah. So in Formula One, they had a thing where before it got banned because
Yeah.
evidently Mercedes was
Using
getting
it.
a really crazy advantage with it.
Yeah.
But basically, you could adjust the alignment by either pushing back or the wheel towards the car or towards in front of you.
Almost like a telescoping, like when you go into like a rental car.
I would feel like
Yeah, it's essentially something like that.
but drifting and doing that, like I feel like I would be like.
No, I don't think you do it while you're drifting. You said I think you can change it between runs. Or
Or they
does
have
it-
like a ratchet function.
No,
like,
I don't even think. No, I think like even during the turns, you could probably
Manipulate
like
it?
if you're skilled enough.
It's
Yeah.
like a
You
third,
could
like a
probably
third.
adjust it during the runs.
you need like a third arm in the middle. Push it forward.
yeah, just like this, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
just like that.
More grip. Let's grip.
From your third arm.
Something like that.
That's,
Is that what you're talking
Oh,
about?
you
God.
can operate that with your mouth.
Yeah. I just need something to pump my lips around. I need more toe.
Blow.
Less toe. More toe. Less toe. More toe. Oh man, my neck is killing me. Oh, all that toe.
That's too much.
Hey, you guys were talking about it.
I mean, I could see that being an advantage if you think about it.
If you could operate it properly.
Right, because the last
I
thing you
haven't
need,
practiced.
last thing you want is that you forget the position of the steering wheel and you're going up to a turn and you're like, I didn't mean to do that. And next thing you know,
Yeah.
you're getting more understeer than
Well,
you
I
wanted.
mean, what benefit would that do in drifting, though? I mean,
More
like
grip.
to toe to this is you're saying it changes your toe?
In the front or the rear?
I mean, possibly
in the rear or the
well,
front?
if you think about it, it's just a matter of like you figuring out how you want to adjust
But
it.
why would you
I'm gonna
want
have
to
to look
like?
into that.
Why would you want to adjust your toe mid drift? Like, I don't understand that.
Or maybe it adjusts the camber for all we know.
Well, I mean, I guess
Maybe Damien can clarify.
I guess the thing there would you would be able to if with that you would be able to change where you are like on a bank. You could like probably push yourself out and pull yourself in with that. Yeah, I bet you can. I bet you can manipulate the car differently when you have control of how the wheels.
Yeah, well, not when you're transitioning. Just you're kind of like.
No, this is like trying to. I bet you it changes because I remember Chelsea was talking about the different setups and how you go, like how it puts you on a bank and how it'll pull you in or push you out, and I bet you that's what it does. Like if you're on a bank or a long turn, a long sweeper, you can pull your car like in to the turn or out of the turn, maybe. Maybe that's what it would do. I don't know what it would actually do, though. That's my big question.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's like Ackerman. Ackerman affects that. Like if you could change your Ackerman, which changing your toe, I guess, would be kind of sort of like that. Your Ackerman, based on what your Ackerman setting, can change how you rotate around the center.
Well, you're changing your grip in the rear.
No, the Ackerman.
Well, no, on the Ackerman, I'm talking about with the toe, with the rear toe. We're talking
Oh,
about
no,
rear
he's not adjusting rear toe. No,
Well, that's what I'm saying.
We're talking
It's
about front toe.
he's
Front
adjusting?
toe.
Oh,
I don't know.
Oh,
That's the part
I
that
don't
we
know. I
gotta
gotta look at this.
Well, that's the part we gotta look into. We
Yeah.
gotta know exactly, like, okay, what are you adjusting? Are you adjusting the front,
So
the rear,
Petor
and what
Petor has
are
this?
you?
well, that's
Yeah, are you adjusting?
He has this in
camber to-
Driftmasters.
Apparently,
I gotta look at
this
this.
is news to me. Well, once I heard that,
That's the Holy One. The Holy One follows Peter's
Oh,
every move.
I'm gonna text him.
Yeah.
you gotta text him.
I'm gonna text the whole.
Yeah, ask him.
Yeah, go ahead.
The kid with the information.
Wait,
he'll
I
know.
have to ask forgiveness for my sins. Amen.
Well, you know, that's who you talk to. When you,
I know, but I have to be pure before I come before the Holy One.
That is true.
Yes,
That is true.
only those that are pure of heart.
He
so,
said he sent this to the Instagram.
Oh,
so,
did he? Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Oh,
so I don't
cool.
have to bother the Holy One.
He sent a reel. So Tim, you want to check that out?
yeah,
Sure.
investigate,
Or
enhance.
Paul, since you seem to be more inclined as to
Understanding.
yeah.
Yeah, maybe I should
Sorry.
watch it. Oh, he's watching his own.
No,
thing.
no.
Okay.
It's not that. It's I got to switch, but
He's
I just
got a
I
power
didn't know.
trip.
The thing is,
He's got a power
it's
trip.
not
He-
a power trip. I just saw one of the comments popped up, and I just thought it was funny, so I clicked on the comment. I showed
It all
you
went
later.
to his head.
It didn't go to my head. I don't know why you
Focus.
just
Get to the reel.
you just a hater.
Sent it.
hated it. Primary, boom. Damian Perez.
Okay.
You want me to play it?
No, I don't.
No, don't play it.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Oh yeah. See, looking mid drift.
Okay. Now, do you see the front or the rear being adjusted?
It doesn't say because it just shows the outside and the inside of the car. I got some new steering wheel moves. That's all it says.
Okay.
And then he's going in. He pulls it out. It's almost like it's spring loaded.
He actually straightened out there because of it. I don't know if that was any good. Like he pulls it and he straightens out.
Okay.
Like he actually messed up.
Well, he's getting used to it.
You sure that wasn't just like a mistake and his steering wheel broke?
No, I don't think so.
No, the whole shaft
Oh yeah, you and your shafts.
slides in and out.
Yeah.
Just like Noel once.
Yes. I don't know. I mean,
But I didn't really see like.
he pulls it out and then pulls
Yeah,
it back,
but I
pushes it
didn't
back
really
in.
see anything that
You don't see.
that required him to like
Make an
unlock
adjustment,
it or
yeah.
lock it in order for him to adjust
No,
it.
it just went. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it just yanked it and that was it.
You yanked almost like you pulled the e-brake.
Right.
Maybe it's an e-brake.
Maybe
No, I'm joking.
I don't see that being useful. Like I could see where if
Well,
like
they're, you know,
if it was
testing-
like
I don't know that.
dampened, if it was like dampened and you could like adjust like in and out and kind of like, I think that could be useful. Be interesting.
It's a bit obscure. It's not really detailed as to what is going on there, but if it's something that is working to his benefit, I'm pretty sure everybody
So
else
what was
is
the
gonna pick
Formula
up on
One
it.
thing? I guess. Do you know what exactly the Formula One thing was adjusting on the steering wheel?
Crap. I don't remember exactly.
Oh.
I just know that it was adjusting something in the front.
Okay, hold on.
wheels.
This is what it is. It says somebody replied. It says it's called the DAS system,
Right.
and by pulling the steering wheel towards you, it lets you turn the wheels in opposite directions by adjusting the toe angle of the front wheels.
Yeah, because
Turn the wheel. Oh
Opposite
yeah.
directions.
So
you raise your toe. I mean,
yeah, you toe out.
toe out.
Okay, so then what benefit is there?
Well, that's
I don't
gonna
know.
like
I
I
guess
said,
we'll find out.
Toe out when you're in like I would assume like a long sweeper would change where your pivot point is.
Okay, but okay, I guess an easier question would be is will that add grip or
I don't
reduce
think it
grip?
has to do with grip. It has to do with if you're trying to follow somebody, right?
Okay.
And you're trying to put your car here, you can pull your car in this way and you can pull your car out without adjusting any throttle.
Oh.
That's where I would say it'd be probably useful is that you can change some. I mean, hell if I know. I don't even know. But I'm thinking that's what he would use it. But if he used it at a transition point,
Yeah.
he was transitioning. He pulls the steering wheel out, like, and then he straightens out. Like, I think it's too many things to do.
I don't know. Yeah.
Rig it up on the sim, and let's see what happens.
There you go.
I don't know if it's gonna be able to like recreate it.
Well, you don't need to pull the steering wheel. Just make another button that changes your toe dynamically.
Yeah.
Can we do that on Seto?
I don't think so.
There's got to be a way. I'm gonna ask ChatGPT.
There you go. Well,
Anyways, that's interesting.
Yeah, that is.
And I'm sure that's against the rules.
well, there
I
I
don't
don't,
know
think
about that.
they're not over there. Maybe
You
over
can't
here.
you can't make alignment adjustments. They don't even allow the sway bars. You remember that? Like adjustable sway bars in the cockpit. You think they're going to allow like
Not in FD, no.
alignment
Not in
adjustments?
FD. Not in FD,
in
but
the
over
car?
in Europe they are.
Oh, well,
Let me tell you what the GPT has to say about Mercedes DAS system. By pulling or pushing the steering wheel, drivers could change the alignment of the wheels, which has several benefits. Tire management, adjusting the toe angle helps to optimize the temperatures and wear, particularly during different phases of a race, such as handling. The ability to fine-tune the front wheel alignment could improve the car's handling characteristics. And then straight line speed. By adjusting the toe angle, drivers can reduce drag in a straight line, potentially increasing top speed on long straights.
So
okay. Put it in the thing.
Well,
How
hold
does
on.
benefit drifting?
Well, no, I don't know about drifting, but it says that
Ask it.
the reason why it was removed is because it was deemed too costly and complex for other teams to replicate, and so F1 didn't want to have somebody have an unfair advantage. So that's why they outlawed it, because all the teams couldn't replicate it.
Oh, of course. Well, that was also back when
It's 2020.
it was also back when there was no cost cap. So now every team has to run their whole team with up to a certain amount,
The budget.
and if there are severe consequences if you go over it. But at the time, it was a free for all.
Wow. Well, I think it's cool that they're actually trying something different.
I
you know?
agree. Yeah, I mean, I love to see things like that, especially if they can. If these teams, drivers can incorporate other mechanisms or technologies that have benefited other motorsports,
Yeah.
why not?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
But-
I mean, I like to see innovation, right? Especially in drifting, but I like to also see it. I want to see Toyota's hydrogen engine. See how well that works out for them. See if the guy is able to make that in production. I forget what it's called.
yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah.
Well, there's still
Hydrogen engine
Yeah, it's a new one. Yeah,
in drifting?
not in drifting.
That'd be a bad idea.
I can see that.
Kaboom.
Well, they're still running the Corolla and their 24-hour series in Japan.
Yeah.
So they're still doing that. It's working out pretty good.
All cars are going to go electric. We're all going to be driving Teslas.
Nah, they catch on fire even when somebody's not doing it.
Everything is catching on.
I mean, that's the thing is like you don't really have to set the car on fire. Just let it'll catch fire sooner or later on its own.
That's
I was
Anyway.
watching a video the other day. It wasn't a Tesla. It was another car. And I thought it was kind of interesting because the guys, they had the camera and then you see the car catching on fire and it like ignited, engulfed in flame. Whatever this car was on a charger.
Okay.
Nobody was getting out. So I'm assuming there was nobody in the car. The guy that was in the car next to him, instead of driving away, he got out of his car and ran away. I'm like, you could have just drove away. But, EV drivers.
I'm worried he's watching AI videos and he doesn't know.
Dude.
No, that's not that. I don't think so.
Yeah, I've seen some that I'm just like, wait, hang on, let me stop and pause and research this because
Yeah,
it's,
they're getting
it's
pretty
getting
good. They're getting
crazy
pretty good, and they're putting a lot of cars on fire.
Well, it was maybe, but I mean, you don't know what it was either. I mean, you can't say
You've
it was
been
defended.
bamboozled.
I
Yeah.
haven't been bamboozled.
Yeah. Anyways,
Nobody knows what's real anymore.
Yeah, forget about
Nothing
it.
makes
It's all
sense.
it's all fake.
It's all fake. Okay,
This is crazy.
unless you see it with your own eyes, it's fake.
Yeah, it's true.
And even then, you have to question it.
It's still fake.
Yeah,
Like half of Miami.
good point.
So we went to LS Fest. I mean, we don't talk about that. The two
Yes.
LS Fest events that we did.
Yes, we're now getting into the meat of what took a lot of our time away from doing this program. And to start, I think the flight was better for you guys this time around, right?
Well, Texas. Remember, we haven't done a show the first time around.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm talking
But
about the
yes,
flight
yes.
to Vegas.
Please tell me
Flight to
that.
Vegas was better.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. Thank you, Ben.
Okay, good.
He got us.
I
in
was
Group
worried
A.
about that.
Group A. No, Group
We
A was
allowed a
great.
tandem.
Yeah. Yeah, it was great. Yeah.
That's good.
Sat right up front. Got to have a very awesome flight attendant.
We did.
You remember the Asian guy?
Oh, that was on the way back, though, wasn't it?
No, I think it was the way there.
I don't know.
But it was good. We had a good time.
Okay.
It was. We almost thought Gabby. What was it? It was the first one. Yeah, it was
That's
the first one.
right.
We almost
Yeah.
thought
Lost
Gabby.
Gabby.
Yeah, Gabby
We thought-
almost didn't
yeah.
make the plane there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He showed
Yeah.
up like 15 minutes before the flight boarded.
I really did not like how Paul was like, "Hey, you're gonna have to find a new cameraman." I'm like,
Well, he wasn't replying. He wasn't replying.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's why we're like he called him and we were texting him. He wasn't replying because he put his phone. He said that he ended up parking on the wrong end of the parking garage, which was far away from the terminal where it was supposed to be.
Okay.
So he had to walk all the way across the parking lot.
Okay.
And then he had to go through TSA. He said when we were calling him, he was going through TSA. They must have been searching him too
I don't know.
because he must have been in TSA for a long time. But
Well,
then
if
he showed
he
up.
had to walk from one lot to the other, I'm sure
Yeah.
he had a bunch of hot points.
Yeah. It's okay. But yeah, the flight was definitely better to Vegas this time around. So
But
Yeah.
I wasn't thrilled with the communication, the dialogue that was happening with that because I was already stressing out about a bunch of other things. And
Yeah.
yeah, you
Paul's
seem
just-
very stressed these last two LS Fests, more than last year.
for different reasons, and a lot of it I can't get into.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. The government's coming after him. Trump. Trump.
No,
No need for that. Come on.
But no, I thought no, we had a good flight there, and then I thought Vegas was good. I thought the drift event was good. I thought the
Yeah, I
drivers,
thought Vegas was
I thought the
pretty
drivers
smooth.
did good.
for the most part, yeah.
Yeah, it was a good event.
The only thing I didn't like about I'm gonna analyze like the live stream thing. I mean, I thought it went great. I think it's just at the end, it's just hard to coordinate that end announcement, the announcements and stuff.
Well, let's not fast forward just yet.
Las
Okay.
Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas.
Okay,
Yeah. No,
okay,
let's not fast forward.
Okay.
Okay. Let's just go over some of the other details. Like I think you guys did a pretty good job of setting up the backdrop and getting everybody in line to take
That
their
was a
photos and
nightmare.
portraits. And
I think the pictures were really well. They went good.
Shut up.
The pictures on that one, I think, were better than at.
What?
You're talking about the headshots, right?
yeah.
When?
Yeah.
Which ones?
In
For
Texas.
Vegas.
In Vegas.
Oh,
I'm
we're-
sorry, in Vegas.
no.
In Vegas.
We're better than what?
I think they came out better than they did in Vegas.
We're talking about Vegas.
I mean, Texas. Vegas headshots, I thought it went well. We were able to round up all the guys, and I think we got a good.
Oh, you're talking about rounding up the people?
yes, rounding up the
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing I don't understand is that it's like, why is it so hard to round up these guys to get their headshot?
Why is it so hard to remind people to fill out the form, the
Well,
questionnaire?
that I get. People don't want to fill out forms. Like, I get it. But why can't we, like, don't they have to sign up to drift?
Yes.
Can we just implement the questionnaire into
is.
the.
Well, you mean
No,
into
it's
the
not.
sign up?
Yeah.
Well, I don't
Can
know.
we ask? Can we just ask him to implement that into a sign up, Nick? So we can just.
Well, the thing is, our questionnaire goes directly into our sheets. So
Yeah, I wouldn't
No?
want to mix that. You're
No.
right. Yeah, because we need that data for
You
our
want that
own separate
separate.
purpose, and that allows me to like format it and do all these other crazy things with it.
I think we could probably take out some of the questions, so it doesn't take them as long. But
But
just a couple of
I
them.
still think that people are just gonna not
Yeah.
gonna bother with it because there was some of the guys were like, "Oh, I didn't even know there was a questionnaire," and I was just like,
No, what do you mean you don't know there's a questionnaire? We, like I said it a million times,
yeah.
and you've been here before.
Yeah, a couple drivers I had actually talked to them about filling it out, and I'm like, oh, still haven't filled it out yet. Oh,
yeah.
well. It's this person. I know their name. I know their car. That's all I know. It's all right.
Start saying who they're not sponsored by.
Yeah.
He's sponsored by.
He ain't sponsored by this company. He's definitely not sponsored by this company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think if you're like a drifter and you want to, like, you have sponsors, I feel like you owe your sponsors to do that.
Yeah.
Like, one thing to make sure that you're in uniform when you're taking your driver photo. And another thing, and that's another thing, like if you're like a legit, like you want to do this for a career or you want to take this seriously, you should have a driver picture and a car picture of your car with whatever new livery you have already cut out, and you just hand it over to them.
Yeah, just I'll send it
And
to you.
here's my media. Yeah. Like, why is that like nobody has that?
Well, no, Sorensen had that. Well, she didn't have her car, but she had her.
She's had a random picture that she.
No, it was a headshot. It was already.
But it
caught.
was. Okay.
Well,
It wasn't a transparent PNG. That's what they should be providing, a transparent PNG.
But how many people do you think know what a transparent PNG is?
I don't know what a transparent PMG is.
They got to think.
PMG.
PGM.
Yeah.
PGM.
What was it? DMC.
It was PMC.
Run DMC.
Run DMC.
Yeah, you know me.
Yeah. That's OPP.
All these file
I'm
formats.
telling you, man. All these 3-letter.
Acronyms.
Yeah, it's killing me.
No, so yeah, I don't know. To me, if like I was being professional, I would make sure I had that. But it is, I guess, what it is.
Yeah, I think for us, it's a little bit of our way of venting, considering how much trouble it is for us to put all of that together.
You know what's funny? I vented that to Ryan because he came up and I guess he got a photo. I'm like, yeah, you know what's surprising? All these guys want to take this drifting stuff seriously, but they don't have a picture of themselves. They don't have a picture of the car.
You told Ryan that?
Yeah,
Ryan Acevedo?
Acevedo.
And what do you say?
He didn't say anything. He's like, yeah.
No, Ryan's he's. I'll tell you one thing about Ryan. He's extremely professional.
Yeah, he is.
Like he knows just put your best foot forward and always have a smile on your face even when things are going wrong.
Yeah, what happened with him? Did he?
He was
car
having
trouble.
he was having problems. You mean in Texas?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was having
But, I
problems.
mean, we're
Well, he
kind
was
of
having
jumping.
Yeah, he was having problems with it was misfiring. He thought he got it figured out because he had some ignition wire. He put ignition wires and got one run, I think, in practice, and he was like, "Oh, it feels good." And then when he went out, it just didn't feel good
I
anymore.
don't know. I've been like looking up coil packs and like what a rabbit hole. Because for my LS, I was like, oh, I'm gonna buy some coil packs, and like I was gonna do the Holley coil packs,
I
but
think you just do the original OEM coil packs.
that's what I did.
Yeah, that's what I did with this.
I went and found. I went to try to find a real legit OEM. It was like hard as hell to find OEM.
Really?
Yeah, because the
Is there no part number?
like the replacements that you get from AutoZone, even
No,
the
you have
OEM
to-
replacements are not OEM.
No, you have to go to the dealer almost or GM.
Like you have to go to the dealer. I guess is the only people that you can actually get them from. But
Dude,
like,
next time, look, we're going to Bowling Green. Just go over to the factory.
go in fact,
It's down the street of the track.
Yeah, pull them out.
Pull up to the Corvette factory and be like, hey, guys, give me a coil pack.
Yeah,
Come
I just
on.
need a coil pack.
You know? Nobody's going to notice it missing.
Yeah, no.
I even got the part number.
Yeah. Well, there's so many actual like different like knockoffs and all of that kind of stuff. Like somebody needs to do a test of these things to see if they're any good. But what I found out is that like these coil packs go all bad all the time, and actually mounting them off of the engine. And I don't know if his are off the engine.
I don't know.
But mounting them off the engine actually, I guess, extends their life because it's the vibration of the engine and the heat on the engine that'll kill them.
Right, so putting coil packs away from it.
So like you remember what we
wires.
saw with what's it, Rome CP
Okay.
at in his engine bay, he's got his coil packs mounted on the strut towers and long
Which is
cable
weird though, because like on the JZs and stuff, they're right
on
in the
top.
center.
But
yeah.
there's like a rubber grommet that keeps them kind of isolated.
I guess.
on an LS, we're bolting them right onto the freaking valve cover.
Well, maybe Jay-Z's don't run as hot.
maybe
you
maybe
think
not.
about
They also don't vibrate as much as a V8. I mean,
Well, they don't
inline
they don't have a
six-
lizard holding their balance together like I got.
the inline sixes are normally like they're just naturally more of more
Balanced?
balanced motor, so they don't shake as much. Like a V8's going to shake a lot. So yeah, a lot more vibrations coming from a V8. So yeah, I just was looking into that. I was like, thought that was crazy. And then the guy that created the IGN 1A, I found I went down this whole rabbit trail. You ever heard of that coil
No.
pack? There's like this really like heavy duty coil pack Yeah, it's called the IGN 1A. Like they'll put them on 2Js. It's and all they'll put them on. They're big on LSs. He developed it from Mercury, the boat company.
Okay.
Because they were running LS engines.
Right.
And he developed this coil pack that was a stronger coil pack. And that's like the biggest, like the best coil pack. But there's so many knockoffs of it now, you can't like get originals.
Oh, unless you
it's-
pull it off a motor.
Yeah. So that's what the Holly ones are supposably at. And I'm like, all this craziness. I'm just going to try to find originals. So that's what I did.
Yeah, fine originals. Yeah.
But then I digged into, we can talk about that later, I guess.
Yeah, but
Okay.
yeah, I mean, I use OEM Toyota coil packs. I got the ones in there, and I got extras. I got 6 extras just in case. You never know.
But back
6?
to,
Yeah, I figured, you know what? I mean, I got them right, so you never know. One may go maybe when I'm doing the tuning, so I have one there, and I don't have to worry about buying one for a while. I mean, at this point, I don't probably have to buy it for a long time.
yeah.
You could probably sell the car with the coil packs. You probably have coil packs.
For days,
No, for years.
for years.
No, they go bad, man. Like you'll chase a spark issue thinking it's your freaking spark plugs, and it's really just a coil pack.
Yeah, so
They just
it's
bad.
better to have it.
Okay,
you know.
all right.
Like
Multiple.
on
If
the,
you guys say so.
on the
I got
VQ.
so I got a deal on 6, so it was like the more you I
On the
was like-
G35, I replaced like 3.
Oh, that's a Nissan. That's a
Yeah, that is different. I mean, you can't compare that.
Yeah,
Well,
no, for
we've
sure.
we've gone off the LS Fest, but I thought Vegas was good. Thought the driving was good. The live stream I thought was okay. It kind of sucked to be editing photos for like I think a day and a half, and then barely can see the size of them.
Yeah, that was my bad.
That's not your fault. That was my fault because I didn't crop them correctly.
Well, that was my fault for not giving you the proper dimensions.
There was
for
a
you
whole
to-
there was a whole bunch of stuff that kind of like, oh geez, learning how to walk again.
Right.
Like it was
Yeah.
a whole bunch of learning things, but
But I thought you did a great job with the drone. At least I'll give you that
Yeah,
one.
the
yeah,
drone
I
came
think
out
I did. I think I did do well with the drone. I think the shots with the drone were good.
Yeah,
So that made up for it. I think. And I had fun doing it. So
yeah.
I wish we
It
could-
really because what's funny is the original plan was just for you to just pop it up there and have it stationary.
well, that's what you
And
wanted
then-
me to do, and
Right.
I'm like,
and then
no.
eventually you just decided on your own to just follow the
I'm
car.
like, this is
and I was
boring.
just
This is
like,
boring.
that's a whole lot better.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
No, it was. I think Vegas definitely.
I wish I
we
could
had
have.
we had the drones. We had good camera angles.
I think Vegas was much better than Texas. Honestly.
Yeah, I think it was. I think Texas has the potential to be really good. There's certain things that, well, whatever. But yeah. I thought Vegas
Texas
was
was
good.
a whole. There was a whole bunch of stuff. That was
The rain
that was
thing
a
having a rush.
cluster, if
It
you want to
was.
call it.
Yeah.
That was a cluster.
Yeah.
The rain, the heat. It was ridiculously hot. All the setup.
Yeah, that was wild.
Like I hate that setup. That setup is.
I just like the jumbotron. I think that's all I really like.
the jumbotron's the only good thing about that thing. I don't really like. I even walked around the pit. Like I don't even like that pit compared. I think I like Vegas. Actually, Vegas. I thought Vegas was the worst at first, but no, I think Texas is the worst. Yeah, no. Vegas. I like Vegas
Right.
more than I like Texas, and Kentucky's probably the nicest.
Yeah, and it's good to look forward to that one at the end. Like
That
you,
would
you
suck.
get Vegas
If
and
Texas
Texas
was
done,
at the end, yeah, that
and
would suck.
you're just like, you know what? I'm looking forward to Kentucky.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Like you don't understand. Like I think it was at midday of the last day.
Yeah.
We're midway through, and I was just like, I was checked out. I was like, I want to go to Kentucky already.
Yeah, I know. We
And-
could tell you were like, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm done with this stuff, which is understandable because it was a lot of heat.
There's too many things moving, too many moving parts.
Well, we had to, like you guys mentioned already, and it really kind of threw a wrench in our plans in a significant way, and that was the incoming storm that was
Right.
projected to hit in the middle of the drifting competition.
Yeah, which made them just kind of blast through the drift competition, which we normally go fast, but they went like extra fast, and you didn't know who the hell was driving.
And the two sessions were only an hour apart. Like we were supposed to have like 2 or 3 hours between the sessions, which give us more time to kind of recuperate, get the batteries charged, right? Because he's got to recharge those batteries that were just running before. So you got to charge the batteries, get everything running. In an hour, it was a scramble.
And then the DJI system decided to go on the fritz.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. So I have
Could have been a heat, maybe.
no, it's something else, but it's just funny because it reminds me of my conversations with Baymax,
The drone
the
operator.
FPV pilot
Yeah.
that usually is at the Kentucky events. And we've had he taught me, or he introduced me to the idea that with DJI is that it's 2 steps forward and 1 step back.
Yeah.
In the sense that you know they come out with some good features, but then there's something with it that really kind of like,
ruins it for you.
or let's just do it like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
It's like an uncle with like a dirty secret.
Whoa.
Yeah. Okay, we'll go with that. Yeah, it's a dirty secret that
you don't know.
creeps up and hits you.
And then when you're like,
an
"Oh my gosh."
unexpected moment, and you don't know what to do, and you're then having to scramble and deal with it. And
What do you do?
yeah,
It's too
pretty
late.
much.
Yeah,
part of the
because
plan.
that old
Still-
system you used to have, that one never did that, right?
No, I never did. Well, it.
But it
it's
didn't
just-
do other things.
It had other issues.
It had several issues, but again, it's sort of
So it's like choosing your battles.
it's like going through a whole PTSD moment right now, where I'm just like reliving like a lot of the
Yeah.
stressful stuff
Yeah.
that occurred, and
Yeah, sorry.
no, it's not your fault. You know, it's
Yeah.
just stuff that I have to kind of internally deal with. But
Yeah.
let's see. Oh, actually, I have some comments over here. PRP has a video saying what Copacs are good. AEM smart coils are top of the chart.
Yeah, so
I
smart.
think-
So AEM
Right.
smart coils.
Hang on,
Oh,
we're not
shit.
done here. The
Slow
comment is
down.
not done. Miami Get Low also says, I think R35 coils are in second and are half as good. They compare a lot of them. And he also said, you have a Toyota plug right here. He works in a parts department at a Toyota dealer in Cocoa, Florida.
Oh, there you go. So
Oh, he's
if,
living there now.
if you need some Yaris plugs, then there
Yours. Watch
Yeah,
that.
there you go.
Yeah.
Or Prius.
Maybe I should just get some more just to have more.
Yeah, there you go. Make another reel out of that.
Yeah.
you go. Yeah.
That's
No,
crazy.
so the
Go
AEM
ahead.
smart coils,
Yes.
anything that says smart coil is an IGN 1A. It's that Mercury coil.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's a copy.
It's a it's a copy of that same original design that was designed for Mercury.
What's so
So
smart
you-
about it?
Yeah, that's what
Is
I was
it
going to
like-
get at.
it's like Bluetooth?
Is that marketing
Like
speak?
I don't
Wi-Fi,
know.
like you have an app.
It's
you can
made
be
by
like-
this
Yeah.
dude. It's made by this weird guy named Lance on these forums, and he's still on these LS forums, and he used to sell the coil packs that he designed and developed for Mercury directly, and then he stopped selling them, and now all these brands just copy his design, his patent.
Wow. Hopefully, it makes money on it.
I have no idea, but the problem is that it's like the AEM ones are like super expensive, and then the Holly ones are super expensive. You're like $800 for coil packs.
Yeah, that's a lot of money. For
So like I'm like I don't want to spend that much money for coil packs. And like what am I gonna be like? What am I getting out of that?
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I'll just stick with the factory truck coils that I have, and just use those until they die. So it's not like I'm. But then I had the whole situation with the motor, which we can talk about, I guess, once we're finished with LS Fest.
Okay. Yeah, the other part was it was a bummer we couldn't use the drone for
With
Paul-
Yeah, it
Texas, with
sucks.
Texas.
for Texas.
I forgot what I even did. Oh, I just fell asleep in the car. That's what I did.
No, you didn't. you were editing all pictures and all kinds of
He,
stuff.
well, did get quicker at it.
Yeah.
He did get quicker at it.
Yeah, he was. Where is he doing? Paul's still editing pictures.
No, that was in Las Vegas.
No, you were doing that in. You were doing that in Texas too. 'Cause you're sitting in the
No,
car
I
behind the
were in the
finished.
car.
No, I finished before.
Well, we're not saying that.
Oh,
You finished before the event started, but you were still working on a lot.
oh
of
yeah.
things.
Well,
Yeah.
it took a while.
But we're acknowledging that you did it faster.
Yeah.
You didn't
in
just go to
Texas than in
Texas and
Vegas.
sleep in the car.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to say.
You know what's funny though, man? I went back and looked at the ones I took with my iPhone and cropped with my iPhone. They're better.
Okay, wait, hold on a second here.
Oh boy.
They're better.
Wait, now what did I say?
No.
No. What did I say?
shut up.
Did I not say, why
No,
don't you
no,
use
no,
your
no,
iPhone?
no,
He's like, no, the
no,
iPhone sucked.
no,
It
no,
didn't
no.
do it right.
No,
and
no,
now
no,
you just
no.
heard it here.
Hold on. Stop.
Have a good night, everybody.
Shut up. No,
You
no,
literally
no.
just admitted it.
Shut up.
There you go.
The
Thank you.
the driver photos with the iPhone
Yeah.
are better. So I'm just going to do iPhone
Well, that's fine.
because it crops the hair perfect.
Okay.
I'm going to put it in portrait mode and do the same thing I did that time because I didn't realize portrait mode puts LiDAR data into the photo.
Okay.
so it can do better with cropping.
Okay.
So
No, that is. The
I'm just gonna
pictures
do
came
that.
out. People came out looking freaky. The pictures
It
he
looked
took,
pretty-
I was
it
like,
looked pretty
they don't
bad.
look like that. They look like gremlins. I was like, what the hell? He doesn't look like that. You're like, it was like all distorted.
It was pretty bad.
That was. It was like.
Some of them were
Yeah, I
pretty
mean,
bad.
they should be happy we didn't do the headshots.
Yeah, 'cause some of them-
Drifters are really weird looking people. It was so bad. I was like,
Yeah,
I was
some
like
of them-
the one young kid, like I forget what his name. I can't remember his name right
yeah,
now.
he looked horrible.
But yeah, I was like, that is bad. Like he looked like
yeah,
Gremlin.
poor guy. Yeah,
Well,
luckily
he didn't
nobody
look
saw
like a
his
gremlin
face.
in real life. It's just that picture was like it
'Cause
like
of the-
it like
the
shortened
green-
her head or something. It was weird. It was weird. It was
The green
bad.
screen didn't help, and I couldn't get rid of the green.
It was
Couldn't
bad.
get
It
rid
was
of the
bad.
green.
It's almost like you just want to post up whatever pictures we took just because they're funny.
Just make a collage.
Yeah, you should make a collage.
Just like a
Driver
grid,
photos.
a grid of bad driver
Yeah.
photos.
Oh man.
Oh man, they're bad.
Yeah.
So
Like,
yeah,
like
I,
yearbook pictures.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Like
so-
even worse.
I think I'll try with. I'll try a portrait with the phone. I know it doesn't look as professional,
Look,
but
whatever
I think
works for you. I mean, we don't really have any particular. Well, there's certain guidelines, but that's towards the end. That's where like you've already finished and you're pretty much ready to give it to me. But whatever works for you, it's feasible and also gets Tim off your back.
I have a better workflow now, so
When?
that's good.
You after?
What?
What do you mean in Texas? You had a better workflow in Texas?
Yeah. Shut up, man.
You had a better workflow last year. Like you were click, click, click with the iPhone, and I'm like, wow, it looks great on the screen. You're like, nah, I don't like that. I'm gonna crop them out.
I'm a perfectionist. I don't know what to tell you.
Perfectionist.
That's why I'm redoing my whole motor, and
Yes.
you just throw ATF down it. And
ATF, grind that lizard, yeah.
just like I don't know.
The motor's what? Let me get a
my
window.
engine's-
Pop, pop, pop. It's loose. We're good. What's that ticky sound? Just keep revving that motor. It'll wear it down. Steel versus aluminum. Steel wins.
You find a lizard in the thing, and you just put together,
ATF.
you put a stick, you put ATF, a stick with zip ties on it, and you
Yep.
blend it.
Yep.
You blended out the lizard.
Blended up the lizard. Got them all like like a little
Emulsified.
it was like a Slurpee. Like
Emulsified.
no, it's like a smoothie.
ATF
lizard smoothie.
Lizard smoothie. And
Hey,
then you
no, there's no
shot it
smoke
out
left
your
of it. Just
exhaust
shot it out the
into the
exhaust,
turbo,
man. Right into
the
turbo. That's
turbo
fine.
impeller,
Yep.
and chopped them up some more.
Yep.
Oh, that's a rough image.
Yeah. So the difference between him and me are like polar opposites. So,
Yeah.
Oh, I agree.
So-
Well, to some extent,
some extents.
yeah.
Like what are the same? Our humor, maybe.
Yeah,
the humor, yeah.
The
humor's the
humor's
only thing,
there, and
yeah.
then there's other moments where you guys kind of amp one another.
Oh,
Well, no, he likes to get me going. Like he just likes to poke me, like get me upset.
Poke the bear.
Poke the bear.
yeah. Well, why don't you show the gift I gave?
Okay,
That
actually.
that blew up the internet.
Okay, so yeah, that is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
This is ridiculous. But no, I think this is probably one of my favorite presents that you've ever given me.
Oh, really?
Aside from, no, actually, I think this is my favorite.
Yeah.
My favorite gift.
Aw.
So I don't know how close I got to get. So my brother got me these birthday presents. My birthday was last weekend. So the first one is chemtrail switch. Now these are actual toggle switches.
These are
from-
real switches.
real switches that I can actually utilize in a drift car. So this one says chemtrails on or off. But this is the one that seems like it really set the world on fire. Well, I guess literally, right? The Jewish space laser. Okay, so I mean,
Shalom.
I am
JSLs.
Jewish. I am Jewish, like by blood. So yes, so it has arc reactor on and off, and then it has the Jewish space laser.
We found out the other day.
Huh? Yeah, yeah, I did. My mom did a whole like
Blood test.
blood test and everything like that. So I'm Jewish. Surprise. Shalom.
Can tell.
Yeah, you can't tell.
There was some.
You can't tell.
There was some feature.
Anyways,
Stay on track, Tim.
anyhow, the Jewish space laser. So the reason why he's saying it's go viral, I just posted up a quick little video on my personal Instagram showing everybody what my brother got me, and I basically put as like, when your brother knows you so well, you get gifts that you'll never forget or something like
Yeah.
that. And I basically just showed the arc reactor, pushed the Jewish space laser, and I should have got the birthday card, and then open the birthday card where the llama screams. You know, "Wah!" They scream.
That's a good one.
And I posted that up, right? And that was 2-3 days ago, and it's got 906,000 views.
Hot diggity.
It's almost 1 million views. Now, if there's anybody that could find a way to go viral and not make money at it, this guy. I mean, it's totally like we said. It just
Put that on a shirt.
put that on a shirt. Yeah. Yeah. But anyways,
I thought it was crazy.
yeah, I couldn't believe it. You know,
Very
I did
interesting.
reach out to this is Concord Aerospace. Concord, I think it's Concord_Aerospace. Their website. Just look up Concord Aerospace. They have some really cool stuff. They have one.
They will actually build you a custom panel
yeah.
with whatever naming you want on it.
Yeah,
Nice.
you can basically put whatever you want on there.
They have this same thing with pumpkin spice.
Yeah, they have one that has a yeah, it says
got a
pumpkin
big
spice. It's
pumpkin?
got a little
Really?
pumpkin on it. They have one that says it's a vaccine COVID. It actually has a little COVID, like
Yeah,
the
a little
like the
COVID, like-
COVID ball or whatever they call
Yeah.
it. So they have a bunch of different.
They
really
have a
cool-
Fortunate Son.
They have a Fortnite one. They have 2 different Fortnite versions. So if you like Fortnite, you may want to do that. They have like, I think they have ludicrous speed. They have all kinds of different
Nice.
buttons on there.
Yeah.
And they sell. I think you were saying they sell like airplane
So
parts.
what they sell is on eBay and like I think only on eBay they sell old space parts.
Components and
Yeah.
Spaceship
cool.
parts and stuff?
Yeah, spaceship
Nice.
parts. Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah,
Build your own spaceship in the backyard.
yeah. No, it's pretty interesting. So I thought it was cool.
Here's a Christmas idea, Paul, for Tim.
Oh,
Get
yeah?
him an EV button.
And even
I'm sure he'll get a kick out of
I
that.
have that. I have the ludicrous speed.
Oh, you got one?
Yeah, I bought it when I bought those. I
Oh,
bought
okay.
myself
Oh,
one.
okay.
Yeah, they have one that's a knob and it has like the
Ludicrous
big
speed.
round button.
Oh no, I didn't get the round one. I just got the normal.
Because
button.
they said the one has it's like a squishy ball.
Oh, it's a squishy ball.
That's what I think I was reading on.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
okay.
pretty cool. They have some cool stuff. So, anyways, check them out. So,
What I thought was cool with it is it looks like a novelty item, but it actually is pretty well made, and the switches are actually heavy amp
I don't know
rated.
how well you can see that.
Like
'cause
they're legit switches, so like you can actually put like decent loads through them.
Yep.
So, and then like I said, they'll build you like a 6-switch panel with like a push button on it with whatever naming and
Yeah,
that
and
you
they're
want.
like they're pretty stout. Like
yeah,
they're
it's like
pretty
yeah,
solid.
it is pretty solid.
So,
So
definitely, I'm looking forward to. I'm basically going to wire this in as my ignition. So this will turn my ignition on, and that'll start the car.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I thought it'd be cool, right?
Yeah.
And then the chemtrail one, I don't know. I'll figure something for that. Make a switch for that. So,
Oh, I got an idea.
oh yeah.
Yeah. Because aren't you running like an AC unit?
Yeah, I was thinking about that, but the way the AC unit is, actually, I could probably get one of their other switches
Yeah.
because it has multiple fan speeds. So
Okay.
they have.
Oh yeah, they have different.
So I may have to get another one. But anyways, I did reach out to them because I was like, hey, you know, like
Kind of blew up the internet.
Yeah, kind of blew up the internet with this, and they did reply back and say, yeah, we've noticed a massive influx of traffic on our website, and so they said they maybe send me a couple products, but they're just a small company, so there's like we can't really sponsor everybody with finances. I said that's fine. I was like, if you can give me some products, I'll make some more videos. Maybe we'll get lucky again. Probably not, but you never know. And I'll put their sticker on the car. Whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it though. I was like,
crazy.
actually,
Well, that's cool.
it was the next day. Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, cool.
That's cool. So
So that was interesting. And then I started opening up my engine.
Before we get to
shouldn't
that,
have. Okay.
hang on.
Okay.
Before we get to that, I just want to quickly mention that Bowling Green Alice Fest East will be taking place September 5th through the 7th.
We will be there.
We'll be there. One aspect of it that should be mentioned that perhaps isn't advertised on the website is the Thursday night cruise.
Oh,
over
yeah.
in
Yeah.
the city of Bowling Green.
That's pretty cool.
So
That's a fun
if
event.
you are not driving but are looking to be at the event, stop by the downtown center on Thursday night, and there will be a cruise featuring all the drivers that are going to be taking part in the Drift Challenge, along with some of the drivers, or if not all the drivers, that are going to be competing in the Burnout Wars.
okay,
So that's going to be fun and interesting.
it'll be a good time. Oh, Kentucky's always a good time.
Oh, for sure.
So, but anyway, so you're gonna say you finally opened up your motor?
So
See, that's the mistake. You should have just sent it. Throw some ATF in there.
no, it's not the way I work. So
Where'd you get the motor to begin with?
So there was a guy in Orlando that I bought the swap parts for like a 350Z that he had for LS, right? So I bought his engine mounts and transmission mount, And I saw that he had a motor, and at the time I owned a supercharger, but no motor.
Yes.
This is when we went to
We're
Las.
aware of, yes.
You're building it from the top down.
Yeah, I built it from the top down. Yeah, or in this, I started at the motor mounts, and I started at the supercharger.
Oh, you
and
start from the outside, work yourself in.
work myself way
Nice.
into the motor.
Okay.
So, anyways, so I'm like, I need a motor. So I was looking around for motors, and this guy had a motor, and I'm like, okay, like you still have it? And he said, yeah, I still have it. And I'm like, just like more information. He's like, well, it's a ATK rebuilt motors. I guess like these are a motor rebuilder that sells them on Summit.
So it's probably like almost like what's that company that you can buy? We put one in Mom's car.
Oh yeah.
I can't even. Yeah, but go ahead.
Anyways, it's like one of those probably like a sweat factory engine rebuild place. Like what do you mean?
No.
Keep going. I want to hear where this is going.
So, anyways, so the engine supposedly has like Chinese knockoff like heads as well. So it's got like dual. It's got pack dual spring valve
Jasper. I was
springs.
thinking like Jasper.
Jasper, probably just like Jasper. It's got pack dual spring valve springs. It's got stainless steel valves. It's got a trunnion kit on the rocker arms. But anyways, it's got upgrades to the heads as well. So I'm like, okay, great. $1,200. He wants them for the motor without the intake, because I don't need the intake because I have the LSA supercharger. So I bought it for $1,200, and I went up and got it and grabbed it and brought it back here. And I'm thinking that this motor should be decent, because he had like, he showed me pictures of the block, right, the short block that he got, and the heads that he put on there as well, and he put everything together as far as just bolting the heads on and putting head gaskets. So I'm like, okay, yeah, this is probably okay. But I'm like, it was built for NA, so I'm assuming the ring gap was an NA ring gap. So everything that I heard about LSs, you gotta gap the rings for boost. So I go ahead and go in there to gap the rings for boost, and so I started taking apart the engine, and as I slowly peeled back the engine parts, I'm starting to notice like issues. One was with the heads was that the valve guides were already worn on these heads that are supposed to be new. Okay. Next thing I get, and I flip the engine over, start taking apart the oil pan, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna crack open the first rod bearing, because if I'm gonna do the piston rings, I gotta take the whole rod out and piston out. So I'm like, okay, I'll replace the rod bearings, but whatever. I pull the rod bearings, and it's just scratched. It looks like a cat just scratched all the inside of the bearings.
Meow.
So I'm like, oh God. So I start sending them to Rich. I'm like, Rich, you seen anything like this before? He's like, ooh, like that looks like an old motor. I'm like, this motor's only ran 3,000 miles supposedly. He's like, well, that's not good. I'm like, yeah, right. Yeah, I know. So I'm like, I probably need to get into the crank bearings as well. But I started pulling the rest of the rod bearings, and I'm like, oh, they're just one after another worse than the other one. I was just like kept on going. So it's like, okay. And then the crank is, I can drag my nail across and catch on the crank. So I'm like, okay, great. The crank needs to be resurfaced anyway, so let me pull the rod bearings anyway. I mean the main bearings, because I got to take the crank out anyways, because I got to resurface
I
it.
was get a knife edge if you find somebody that can do it.
That's another thing I'm going to talk about, which is just insane, which I can't believe. Like, I almost want to start one, but like, because it's so crazy. But anyways, so I take the main bearings off, and it's even worse. Like deep gouges, like huge like pieces of material moving through the engine and tearing up the bearing.
So a bigger cat tore into it like a
so
tiger.
it's like
Something was in metal.
So what I think he did is, like, when he had the engine, I mean, it could have been the engine builder too, because it's not the most reputable engine builder. It was either the engine builder or him when he had the short block. He must have left it open, because there's a lot of oil galleys in there that he could have just, a couple pieces of metal could have gone down in there, or a bunch of metal dust could have gone down there. He could have done something. And because like when he showed me the picture of it sitting in his garage, it was like outside by his garage door. I'm like, that's not where you should be having a freaking motor that should be put together. Anyway, so I'm like, okay, so everything's coming out, and it's just, I'm going to send it to a freaking machine shop. So I'm like, let me find a machine shop.
Wait, hang on. Or if you consider that maybe he just gave you a very old used engine?
No, it's a new engine. It's
clean.
got new pistons in it.
Oh, okay.
The tops of the pistons were covered in oil and soot, but the side of the pistons were brand new. I mean, these are brand new Wise Coast pistons. Brand new Wise Coast pistons. So these are brand new
Use the
engines.
rods and the pistons. Reuse
Yeah, I'm
those?
reusing rods and pistons. Yeah, I'm reusing the rods and pistons. I need to go I need to get new rings, new bearings. The block is going to get sent to get honed for the new rings. It's the I either need to find a new crank or resurface the existing crank. I don't like the way the crank looks. It looks like the crank was cut like a million times. Like even the counterweights on the crank were cut down and drilled like so many different places. Like they're trying to balance the hell out of it. So I want to feel like I want to start over with a new crank. I think I found a guy that's got a already reground crank for $100. So
I'll just go that route.
let me grab that because to regrind this crank is going to be like $210.
Right. So you might as well
So I'm
just-
like, why am I going to regrind this crank that's already been ground? And it seems like to have a balancing issue because they're trying to freaking balance it out. But my main thing was, you got a question?
Have you considered a whole separate engine?
2JZ?
No. I'm not talking about
Another
that. I'm
LS.
talking about like
Yeah,
a whole
considered
separate
that, yeah.
LS.
I mean, who's to say another LS is going to be any better?
I'm already look.
Once you start pulling it
that's
apart,
The thing I was
if he buys another LS engine, he's going to pull it apart anyways to look
yeah,
on
I'm
the
gonna
inside.
pull it apart because
So-
I'm not
True.
because I don't want to. Like the thing about it is I don't want to have to put the engine in and then rip it right back out.
You're
Like, I
going to
want-
have to. It's an LS. You got to blow at least 2 or 3 before.
Oh my god.
Hey, am I not wrong?
No, dude. No,
Tell me I'm wrong.
You know what? This is what I'm. The more I watch people's videos of putting together these LSs, I mean, they literally just take these things, take them out of the junkyard, gap the rings, and then throw the old bearings in there, and throw all that stuff back in there, and they send it. Like that's why I feel like that's why they're blowing these engines.
Well,
Because
nobody
like,
really knows, apparently. So
and you mean you see the issues with Bill's motor. And it's like I just think these guys are putting together engines and they don't know what
don't
they're
really-
doing.
Yeah. So maybe
just-
you just need to. Maybe you should open up your own LS.
Well, that's what that's where I'm getting to is like, okay, so I had to find a head shop to do the heads, and it was like pulling teeth. So I finally found a machine shop that was willing to, and they don't even do they don't do all the machining. Like I asked him, like he doesn't do crank grinding, but he does crank polishing. And it's like, okay, but like finding a machine shop is like ridiculously hard down here. Like I couldn't find a machine shop that doesn't have a month wait. So like my heads have been in the machine shop for about a month now.
Right.
And they called me yesterday and said that we're going to get started on them. And I called Chris. I'm like, Chris, is this normal? He's like, yeah, they're all busy.
So that's guaranteed work.
It's like
That's guaranteed work.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
it
that's
seems like,
guaranteed work.
Oh, I mean, I guess it must be like really garbage work or something. Like I don't know.
So I mean, I
But
guess
I
you gotta
don't
see
know.
how much it would take to invest in. I mean, you could just start with doing heads and then work your way down to the
Yeah. That's why. I mean, like it'd be interesting. I mean, I think I would enjoy that. But
I think you would.
Yeah, I think it would. But
I'll come work for you.
come work for me, build engines.
No, I'll just
No, just-
sit there. I'll just sit in the back row. Sit in the back row like remember.
you know what?
No, wait, like the younger brother in Orange County Choppers. There's a guy with glasses walk around. That'll be me. That'll be me.
I'll be pulsing.
Anybody want a Slurpee? I'm gonna go with some coffee.
You could have him just answer the phone.
Yeah, just answer the phone.
Technical support.
Technical support.
Yeah, exactly. Make him do sales.
Put ATF in it.
Make me do sales.
Just
Make
put
me-
more ATF.
Yeah, ATF. Is there a lizard? I got you. Okay, so I'm gonna send you a picture. Here's a wood dowel. You can take the zip ties, and you need to make sure you're gonna put it in the drill.
But I thought that was interesting. So it's like the only other guy I could find that had the time to take it was a guy in Homestead, and like I don't know. He just seemed like he had like videos on YouTube of himself building engines, and I'm like, I want to. I don't know. I want a little more of a professional guy. So I don't know.
We'll just get a little warehouse. It doesn't need to be a big
No,
warehouse.
it doesn't be a bit-
Air conditioning. I'm down.
I don't.
Did you bother asking maybe any of the other drivers with LS engines to see what they do? Like Nick Ward,
Rich
Bill.
Rich, I think, rebuilt most of his stuff himself,
Okay,
but he's up in Orlando. Like
Right.
it's a whole different.
he's talking about down here.
talking about down here.
No, I know that.
We
but
called
I-
Chris. Chris would know. I mean,
Yeah,
I would think he
exactly.
would know.
Chris says I got a guy. I said, does he booked up too? He's like, yep.
Okay. Well,
I'm like, okay, is that normal? He's like, yep. So I guess it's just normal that these engine shops are just booked up for months. Because like, you even call the guy, like the guy that I was willing to take my heads, and he was like frantic, like they're like, we're working constantly in here, like we're
a
just
sweatshop.
Like yeah, it's like
Get back to work.
it was like he was like very like, I mean, it's got really good Google reviews, so I don't know. It's called Redline Automotive, as people.
Yeah, I've heard of Redline.
You have? Yeah, they're right there in Davie.
Yeah.
Off of Orange.
They've been there for a long time.
Yeah, yeah. So that's who has my heads. So
I'm just imagining him on the phone. Please, please make it stop.
I don't think she could take much more of this, Captain.
that was the thing. It's like, hey,
I'm
like,
tired of the drilling.
yeah. So, that's what it
Give it all she got.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like. And he's like, well, I hope you can wait because we have so much going on right now. It was like, I'm like, yeah, I mean, like, I'm not in a rush. This car's been sitting for like years, so like, it's not like for it to sit a couple more years wouldn't be bad. Like, so it's like, he's like, oh, okay, but it's not going to be fast. Like, it's going to be a long time. So I just dropped the heads off there, and I didn't hear from him for a month. He calls me yesterday. He's like, that'll be $1,000.
Oh, you didn't even know in advance.
I had no idea. He's like, it'll be $1,000. Well, he hasn't done anything yet. He just gave me an estimate. It took him a month to give me an estimate. It took him a month to give me an estimate.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm like,
And
okay.
so when he does the heads, what he's doing the valve springs, the valves.
He's doing a 5-angle or whatever valve job. He's replacing the valve guides. He's testing and pressure testing everything. He's going to deck the head. He's going to clean and sandblast the heads. Okay. So the heads will be all nice and brand new. And then
Are you doing new springs? Like,
no, the springs are already high rev springs. They're the pack dual spring.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're already set up. And like I said, but I mean, you don't rev those push rod engines very high.
and that's like
7,000.
Once I get this going, I'm going to try to get another 1J. Even if I have to buy the head and the block
They're not
separate.
as bad anymore.
No, they're not. But I want to build like a 9,000 RPM JZ.
Oh damn!
Just because I love the way it sounds.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you can't do that with an LS. So that's my LS trip that I spent $1,200 on the motor. I could have just got a junkyard motor and just rebuilt it. But I mean, the pistons are like $900 pistons, and the rods are about another $700 rods. Yeah. So I mean, I guess
you're rebuilding it no matter what, and at least you got some parts out of it.
Yeah, I got some parts out of it, I guess.
What I'm curious also, because I mean, Paul, that's not the only headache you've been going through. What about your truck?
Oh, what about your truck?
Yeah, nothing.
Really?
Nothing. You know what's funny about that thing is that, like,
can you get your money back at this point?
No, I have to wait 9 months before I get my money back. So if it hits the 9-month mark, I can have my deposit back, or I can order another truck. Because the weird thing about it, if they run into if they run into an issue with the truck, that truck's just gone forever. Like, they literally, like, because we're all, like, I'm on a group, right? And, like, there's guys that order trucks that, like, there was an issue with the truck, and, like, the truck just got totaled.
What?
Yeah, like something happened with the truck, and there's like, oh, we can't fix it, so we just totaled the truck.
That's insane.
Yeah, so he had to order another truck. He had to start the whole process all over again. He waited 9 months, and it during shipping, like, on its way to the train, something happened to it, and they couldn't fix it.
Just give them a really good discount instead of
no. They don't issue out the truck, and it just gets totaled, and
oh man,
that's it.
So you have no idea.
No status update. But so supposedly, like, the 26s are now being made.
Yeah, I know.
The 26s are now coming off the factory floor.
You ordered a 24.
25.
Oh, you ordered 25. Okay.
I ordered a 25. Supposedly, they have until June to get all the 25s done.
Well, it's June. You mean end of June?
The end of June.
Okay.
So that's supposedly when because they want to do all of the trims in the 26s because they stopped.
If they don't start yours by the end of the month,
then something bad happened because, like, and they're not updating because mine was scheduled for production 2 months ago, and then it went.
Jeez.
Then it went back to the original waiting to be scheduled. Then it went into to be scheduled, and then it went back to waiting to be scheduled. So I don't know what happened to my truck, but they're not giving me much information. They're just like,
no wonder Stellantis is like screwed up right now. They're changing CEOs. They're having financial problems.
There's this one that I'm debating. It's like $58,000.
Another Ram?
Yeah, but it's not like the. Well, I can't. You guys can't see it, but it's just a normal limited.
Yeah.
But I'm like, should I settle for a normal limited?
No, I think you should settle for a whole separate
Oh, car
truck company.
truck company.
All of the above, because so far from what it seems like, Ram is synonymous with misery.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still think I'm going to wait for it.
I mean,
but don't know. We'll see.
If they're trying to sell you on the idea that this truck is going to be dependable, how can you trust it if the company isn't dependable on delivering the truck to you?
I agree.
Come on.
Yeah.
Well, I hate that they have a pizza tracker that doesn't work. Like this would be like Domino's if you're like you ordered your pizza, right? And it's like, oh, going into the oven, and they're like, oh, no, went back
Back into the oven. Wait a minute.
How did it go back?
What was wrong?
Like it went back. We burnt your pizza. Oh, shoot.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
Like and then he goes back into the oven. And you're like, oh yeah, here comes my pizza. And then nope, they went back to making it again. It's like. Actually, they actually went home. Like pizza's done.
They're gone.
They clocked out.
That's
Pizza's
funny.
done for the day.
Wow.
So yeah, that's the update on the truck. So still no truck, but
That is absolutely wild. I can't believe,
yeah,
to that extent.
yeah.
And simply because you decided to custom order it, right?
I mean, there is a matching one in University Dodge. I thought about going over there and say, could you match this price? Because I'm getting $11,000 or $14,000 off of MSRP.
Right.
By ordering it from this one company in wherever the hell, Louisiana.
So maybe the manufacturer got a hold of the deal that you got, and they're like, you know what? Let's throw a wrench in those plans.
Yeah.
No, what I think it is that this one dealer puts so many orders in, and I'm pretty sure like they have to spread the wealth, or spread the trucks around. They can't just have one dealer getting all the trucks. So what I think they have to do is meet a quota of how many trucks go to the other dealers before they can make one of these dealers' trucks.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because me and Timmy did the math on they're producing like 700 trucks a day.
Yeah.
Whoa there.
If that's if they're working all the days of the year that they can work.
Yeah.
And if this is a union, we know that's not happening.
Right.
They're not working all the days.
Holidays.
They're not working over the holidays. They're not doing all that stuff.
National Cat Day.
Yeah,
Take it off.
they're taking off. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dunkin' Donuts free coffee day. Take it off.
Obviously off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a little depressing. I was hoping to have my truck by now. And you know what I'm worried about is that my GMC SUV that I have warranty up to 100,000 miles. I'm at 99,000 miles now.
Oh, well, you're done.
That's right around the corner. That's it.
And that thing, I hate that. I mean, that thing sounds like it's ready to just die any minute.
Well, hopefully it doesn't.
Well, it's got this like weird like knocking sound when it idles, like. Tuck, tuck.
It's a popcorn maker. Built a popcorn maker that you didn't
I
know
don't know.
about.
It sounds like a rod knock.
didn't
It's like
know.
it doesn't
Well,
sound
it
good.
did.
Doesn't sound good. But anyways, so that's my story. And I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, I just found it strange that you hadn't brought up the truck at all.
Yeah, I'm
throughout
compressed.
this whole time.
I texted my wife today. I think I'm just going to buy this limited because it's like $58,000.
No, sir.
But you have to wait 9 months to get your money back. So it's like
I'm not getting my money back.
from the other truck.
It's $1,000 deposit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
not like
so
I put like $100,000 down.
What if I get it back for you? Can I keep it?
Keep the truck.
No, keep the $1,000.
Okay. you're desperate.
Yes.
Yeah, just
Well, not
get
that
something
desperate,
else.
but yes.
Just look at an F-150.
Oh no.
Silverado.
The problem is that
I'm sorry, a Denali,
with Denali.
Yeah.
a GMC.
I almost bought that. You know what's funny about that? I almost bought a Sierra with a 2024 engine in it, and then they recalled them all.
That's right.
You saw that?
Yeah,
Freaking
yeah,
all the
yeah,
Silverados
yeah,
got
yeah.
recalled. Or
And the
all this,
Escalades too.
anything with a 6.2 in it got
Yeah, yeah.
recalled
Oh wow.
because of the freaking what is it?
Hey, can't you get some of those parts and use it for your engine?
Yeah.
All those broken parts? No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, can't use any of those.
What a shame.
But yeah, so I'm glad I didn't make that purchase because the one thing about the Ram is they're not having any engine problems with that inline six. That inline six is like freaking solid.
Okay.
Well, let's
So-
hopefully you get it soon.
So I don't know. I hope I get it because I saw one today driving down the road and I was like, oh my god, that thing looks so freaking sweet.
It's probably yours.
It was my color. It was the color I ordered. That's funny. That is funny.
Tim, you got anything else? before we wrap up?
Well, yeah. So I mean, I took my car to the dyno, and
Oh yeah, that
yeah,
didn't.
yeah, it didn't work out quite the way I wanted to, but it forced me to switch ECUs.
Which is probably better in the long run
Yeah,
because
it's
you'll have better safeties and stuff like that.
Yeah, like my E30 was running a Mega Square. I know every once in a while the car would just cut off, and it's probably what's going on with this. When we put on the dyno, Sam was tuning it. He was going through all the basic stuff. My throttle was sticking on my pedal set, so I fixed that this week, so we don't have to deal with that next time. A couple little things, nothing major, but it just every time you start revving it, like getting up into boost, it would just the wideband would go blank. So we ended up replacing the sensor with the sensor they had there, and everything seemed like it was fine. And then he would get on the tune, start doing some pulls, and then it'd go blank. So we basically say he's like, you know, every hour is costing me money to be on the dyno, and his time as well. So I just said, let's just call it. And then he said, listen, you know, I can get you a good deal on ECU Master. So thank you, Sam, for hooking me up. So I'm gonna try to place that order this week. I know I was trying to place it, you know, this week, but I'm gonna place it next week, just because trying to catch up with work and everything. So that's what's going on. I'm gonna get ECU Masters, ECU, put on the E46, and take it back to Sam. You know, I'm gonna have to take it to Pico de Gallo Tuning Racing and have him rework the harness for me. And once I get that done, I'm gonna take this time to kind of clean up some of the wiring that I kind of left extra wire there that I knew I needed to trim back. So I'll take this time. I know where everything's supposed to go, clean it up, get it back to the dyno hopefully in the next couple weeks or so, and then I should be on the road. Aside from that, went to Puerto Rico. I got to hang out with the Drift Island guy.
Oh, that's
Actually,
right. Forget about that.
Yeah, Pedro doing a great job in Puerto Rico. Thank you for showing me a good time. They had a great car show / drift demo. And it was in Ponce, the convention center there. And a lot of great cars. The car show was inside, very well organized. They did a good job on the inside of constantly letting everybody know when the drifting was going to go on. It was a 2-day event. It was a free event. So everybody came out there for free, got to go in the car show. Yeah. And they had some really nice cars. And if you've been to Puerto Rico, you know the roads kind of suck. So you see some cars that I just can't believe driving around static. Like, I give them props because I'm just driving around the Ponce. And
airbags or anything like that?
Some did, but a lot of the guys did. Like the drift cars didn't. And the guy was like, he's like, this is like my daily driver. I'm like, that's, yeah. I mean, you're going over some serious bumps and potholes that you have to avoid. So, but I always love going to Puerto Rico. Definitely look forward to going back there. They did a drift demo. You know, he's having a hard time getting support, trying to get help from the States to help grow the scene. And I totally I really related to him because going to that event took me back to County Line. You know,
Really?
trying to get, you know, we're trying to do events in other places. They were worried about the tires digging up the concrete. So he has a hard time convincing track owners because they have some racetracks over there. They have some pretty decent racetracks over there. But the track owners don't want to bring drifting because they're worried that the drifting is going to tear up the concrete. And he's just like, that's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. But Homestead Speedway gave us that problem before. Remember when the red tires, oh, it's going to ruin the track, and they don't know, so they think it's going to damage the pavement.
The only concern as a track owner, I would say, is the grass
Okay.
and the dirt at the edge of the course.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
Because we've seen it time and time again. They scoop up that dirt,
Mm-hmm.
and if it's one particular spot, that ends up becoming a cliff.
Yes, yeah. But he's working through that. He's working through some other things, but I think he's doing a good job. He's got a decent set of drivers that kind of go along with him and make sure to do events. He's getting more plugged in and more of the because Puerto Rico is pretty much world renowned when it comes to like drag racing. You know, the rotaries.
Oh, of course.
Exactly. So they
Yeah.
have
Rotaries, starlets, they're all like within the same like
Peanut
you know,
Corollas.
realm of
Yeah, when it comes to building engines and performance, they have a lot of great shops on the island. I was watching something where they do like these dirt drags, right? Because they don't have a drag strip it's in Guanica, which is on the southwest corner of the island, and it's just basically dirt, and they're just dirt tracking. But I'm like, these are like 1JZ RB, motors, and serious power that are put into these little they're like Suzuki Swifts or Samurais that are going down. They have like dragsters and stuff that are built with just the big mudding tires.
Oh, nice.
And they do like dirt drags. So the ability to build quality drift car, I know the knowledge and the skill is there on the island. He's just going to have to build the scene, and he's kind of almost build it from the ground up. And I know he really needs whatever support, especially from the Puerto Rican drivers that are over in the States, to try to help him out, to try to bring that traffic over there, repost, whatever they can do to help him build a scene. So,
well, let me ask you this. For someone who, like, say, for instance, myself, who hasn't been to PR ever, how is it to navigate around the island?
It's easy. Yeah, real easy. You fly into San Juan. You could fly into Mayagüez, which is on the other end of the island, but usually fly into San Juan, rent a car. You got good signal everywhere. Like, I never really ran out of signal with my phone, so just throw wherever you want to go on the GPS. Pretty easy to navigate. The only thing I'll tell you, like, once you get in certain areas, you get out of the metropolitan areas, and, you know, maybe there's lines on the road, maybe there's not. Maybe you're using... Yeah, the roads are pretty rough. So
lines in the road.
yeah,
okay.
yeah. I mean, there's no fast lane etiquette. I mean, it's kind of fun, actually.
Okay.
You know, but I will tell you, I mean, I've driven over there. I don't know how many countless times. I've driven all over that island. I think one time I went there for a week and a half, and I put like 3,000 or 4,000 miles on the vehicle.
Oh,
and the island's only like 90 miles by 30 miles, so it's not too big.
Okay.
So that being said, the mountain roads are a blast, right? And people drive like maniacs. Like, you know, it's great. I think it's a good time.
Like a bunch of Takumis.
Yeah, a bunch of Takumis. Yeah, and they're like, you know, like this, and they're like, you know, 80 years old, and I'm like, man, I can keep up with them. I'm like, oh, he's a local, so I'm gonna keep up with him. I get back, it's just like a guy who's like, you know, I'm like, wow, okay. I thought I was doing good, and, you know, probably driving one of the slowest drivers. Anyways, it's great. It's great to go over there, see family. Everybody always welcomes me, because I'm not Puerto Rican. My wife is, but everybody treats me like family there. It happened to be my birthday. They surprised me with the birthday cake, and, you know, so it was nice.
Like going to the Olive Garden then, right?
Without endless breadsticks, yes.
Oh,
but actually, kind of it is, because there's a panaderia on every corner. So,
there you go.
And it was there every morning getting my quesitos. Those things are delicious. So that every morning with a cafe con leche, and that was good. And it's cheap if you go to the bakeries. Really cheap. But we had a great time. I recommend it. I know he has an event, I think, on July 20th. So if you want to check out the scene, you know, check him out. Drift Island on he has a podcast, and check him on YouTube and Instagram. Definitely try to support that scene, because, like I said, it felt like we were in like the first days of County Line. Like everything he was saying. Actually, I took some video of talking to him, and I've been working on editing a video, so I'll edit that video and I'll post it up so you can get a little idea of exactly what's going on there. And I talked to one of the drivers that was there. And they just need help, and they need help from people over here in the States to help them gain traction, you know, because right now, you know, I mean, I must have sent out like 60 different sponsorship requests, and it really comes down to, if you don't have an influence, it's kind of like, you know, we're going to, obviously, why would they choose you, you know?
Yeah. So
the more we can bring the awareness of the drifting over there with Drift Island and drifting in Puerto Rico, I think the more it can help them, and maybe bring some drivers, celebrity drivers that have been there. Adam LZ and Colette Davis were down there, I think, last month or so. And what's the Asian kid with the jumpsuit that has a YouTube channel? He was announcer last, the first round of...
Oh, he was in Puerto Rico?
No, yeah, he went to Puerto Rico
really?
last month, yeah.
I don't know his name.
You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Yeah, I know what
Yeah,
you're talking
I'm
about.
so bad with names.
I could
Anyways,
probably look it up right fast.
that's the best I can do and try to help them out, is just try to spread the word. And I'll definitely be back there. And when I am back there, I'll hit up Pedro. I mean, like, as soon as he saw me post I was on the island, he reached out to me through Instagram. I let him know. He sent me his number, and super awesome guys.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's cool, 'cause it's like, you don't really see that in, you know, USA. So
One thing I will tell you, though, is like, it doesn't matter where you go, if you go to like a grassroots drifting event, it's like the same.
yeah,
Like the mentality, the way people talk, and the way you just instantly bond. When you go to a pro event, not so much. But when you go to a grassroots event,
yeah.
it's just like you just hit it off with people super quick. You know, I got to meet his dad and everything, and you know, picked up a shirt, tried to help support him as best I can.
For me, a pro event is like a reunion of sorts.
Well,
And
for
it
some of the
does-
drivers, on some
For
of
the drivers.
For the drivers, you mean?
No. Well, I'm saying for me, for instance,
Okay.
like maybe to some of the drivers as well, to some extent. But I'm saying like a reunion of sorts of seeing old faces that I may have not seen
Other
in a long
spectator
time.
friends. Yeah, okay, I got you.
That all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, hey, how you doing? What you been up to?"
Right,
And
right.
you know, people that I haven't come across in a long time, I see them, and then we're catching up. Then next thing you know, it's like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that for me, it's some of the pro events are like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's good.
Mhm.
So like we mentioned already, work is underway for Kentucky. So that is a main focus right now because we don't really have anything else. I did want to look into one of the USDC events.
Okay, let me know.
You want to go to it?
Yeah, just to see how it is.
Yeah, what's those? What are those?
Let me
I
look
like
that
to
up right
support Bill.
fast.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, the guy Choe, CHOE_FDM. That was the gentleman that was at
Oh, okay. That's
The kid in the
yeah,
jumpsuit?
Yeah,
Mhm.
the jumpsuit kid.
July 20. Oh, wait, July 26th is a practice. So the next one would be August 23rd to the 24th.
Oh, okay.
So that's a good amount of time.
Yeah,
from
we got
now.
plenty of time. It's like
And-
right before we go to
yeah,
Kentucky.
Yeah, right before it.
Yeah, so I might just be like go out there, kind of hang out with Bill a little bit, and get some footage and hang out.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
Mhm.
But yeah, I would definitely like to attend one of those other events. Also, at the same time, Street Racing May Safe. They're doing events as well.
yeah.
So
he's-
I was going to ask you about that. I wonder, do you think? I wonder maybe trying to connect Mario with Pedro.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
If they because Mario's just Street Racing May Safe starting to do the drift events and stuff. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they can work together. That might not be bad because drag racing's huge over there, right? In Puerto Rico, drag racing's huge.
Right.
So I don't know. Maybe that might be a good connection to bring those two guys together.
Yeah,
But I don't know Mario. You know Mario better. Like personally, I don't.
So the next. Oh, it's funny because seems here on the calendar, the next event is gonna be in Sebring. On. No, actually, I take it back. It's in Homestead, August 8th to the 10th.
Street Racing May Safe.
Yeah,
Maybe we go to that one.
and then September 6th they're gonna be at Sebring.
Yeah, we can't do that.
Yeah, so 2 events in August to be looking at for that, but we'll see how that goes and how that turns out. But I still got a bunch of other stuff to work on. I'm kind of still bummed that the way how some of the things turned out in Vegas and Texas that we didn't get to do and showcase, but hopefully we could work around some of that and
Yeah.
maybe get that all sorted out for Kentucky. But also at the same time, there's a bunch of other stuff we got to catch up on, and I do want to apologize for some of the drivers, some of the previous guests who we didn't really get to highlight and feature. But it's something. We're still trying to get our bearings in order, pretty much. And at the
Yeah,
same
there was
time,
a
we're all-
guy that wanted to see his driver photo in the stream, which we just gotta make sure that we get it done next time. So
Yeah, drive photos, and then I like to. Well, I think Kentucky be easier to play that beginning. Like, should I do that again? Because we only played like a third of it, but
well, that was
explains
because
the
we're in a
drifting
rush.
stuff. Yeah, because we're in a rush.
But
yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
So that's sort of part of the dilemma is that it's one of those things where you don't know what's going to happen, and you
Yeah.
kind of have to like.
We
For
can
all
just
we-
play
for-
it before, like even before it starts.
Yeah.
Like, instead of those endless commercials, play that.
Yeah.
It's really just for the live stream audience, anyways.
Yeah. Well,
No,
either way.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Paul?
No, I was just gonna say pretty much that. And either way, we're gonna make it better this time.
Yeah, for sure. Just know that if you guys are strong critics, we're probably even stronger.
Yeah. I think we left
or
both
harsher.
events. Yeah, we left both events like that was not what we wanted.
Yeah. In any case, 2 weeks from now,
Yeah.
we have okay. So hopefully 2 weeks from now we will be back with another episode, and hopefully with some updates
Yeah,
with
we'll see.
both of
Yep.
these gentlemen's vehicles, and we'll see what else happens.
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, folks, take care and good night.
Shalom.